Hi, everybody. Well, anyone who's here, I don't know. I can't see yet. I'm going to get my phone out and have a look. Hi, Crazy Cat Lady. Nice to see you. It's been a while. I hope you can hear me. Will you let me know if you can? Let's see what's going on. It's been a long time. I'm very nervous. Very, very nervous, actually. I don't know how it's going to go, but I'm going to try my best. Lisa Simpson. Hello, darling. I love that you're here. Thank you, babes. Now, I'm nervous because this is a horrible topic, to be honest with you. It's not nice to report on, but it's relevant. It's happening. I don't know if anyone's been keeping up with Callie. You know, I dip in and out. I'm not Wikipedia anymore. I don't know everything at all. Hi, A girl here. Hi, Keto girl. Oh, thank you, babes. Thank you, Lisa. Yeah, it's nice to be back. Well, it is up to so far anyway, but we'll see how we get on. But yeah, this is not going to be the nicest stream. Callie is going to say a lot of very, very triggering things towards her child. Now, if she genuinely thinks the way she's saying things out loud, then the decision to sign over a child and cut ties with him is probably for the best. So she is actually doing the best for her child. So this is triggering. This is very hard to listen to. She's clearly going through a lot, and for any mother to say these things, it's not going right. Hi, Keto Girl. Hi, it's me Toots. Hi, Illyria. No. Oh, it's nice to see you all. So, yeah, as you've probably gathered from what I've said, she's saying now she's signing her rights over to a child. And she's tapping out. She's done. So I'm going to try get into it quite quickly, actually, if I remember what I'm doing. Reject. I should have had this set up, sorry. Oh, great. Right. So one of the reasons I haven't been around so much is my daughter's computer broke. Now, I was getting her one for her birthday, a really good one. It's broke a couple of months before her birthday. I don't want to buy a cheap one just to give her one now when I could put that money towards the one for her birthday. So I've been sharing my computer with her. So at the minute I'm logged in and to her account on YouTube. Playlist. Right, I'm going to start playing this now. I'm going to timestamp it and cut it down, but it needs to all be listened to. I'm going to play it a bit faster because I was watching it through 2-speed and I could hear it quite well. So, hi, Elmardy7805. I've been keeping up. She's horrific, human woman, mother. I've already started a new family. That kid will be lucky if she follows through. I agree with that. I agree with that. Reflection is key. Had to watch before your stream. She kept on saying, I will have more kids. Who says that? Callie says that. She's obviously broken at the moment and she's very worried. And whatever her story is, she's missing a lot because the reaction, the worriedness, it doesn't match her story. But she's trying to cover her back. she's thinking, sign over kid, criminal stuff can't happen to her. Now, the criminal stuff she says she's being threatened with, I don't believe she is. I think there's something else. But we'll get to that when we get to that in the thing. I'm going to crack on. I'm going to start playing it. That poor baby deserves a mother who would walk through hell for him. I can't believe it easily. She just washes her hands of him. Yeah, it's heartbreaking. It is. Also, I believe, for once, Callie could be doing the best thing for her child. And I've got to give her that. So, I'm going to share my screen. She titled it, No More Puppy for Me. No more puppy for me. I didn't click on this. I thought because he'd gone home. He'd just gone home. So I thought she was just like, being a bit dramatic. She just dropped kid off and all that lot. But yeah, no more puppy for me. So I didn't even click it. I've clicked on it this morning. So, and it wasn't clickbait for once. It was real. And it starts off pretty much straight away. So I'm going to get into it. Thanks for bearing with me and thanks for being here. Oh, crap.
I'm gonna let y'all pile in. Hey, y'all. Hey, so I literally just got in. Austin, please. This is a serious live stream. Please. I should have messaged you, but please. I know you like to play and joke and everything. I'm not. I can't today. Seriously. I love you. I'm not trying to be mean to you, but absolutely not. What's going on? I don't want to get emotional, but I might get really emotional. And I hate to get emotional because I hate to give an emotional reaction, but today I got back from dropping off my baby. I hit horrible traffic. There's like a concert in the city. Y'all can Google stuff if you want to, but there were several accidents and several delays. It took me like literally damn near like hour and a half, I think, plus to drop them off. Now, when I was starting to run late, I had already let my aunt know. This is going to be very similar to you guys remember when the semi toppled her, like, I think over the holiday?
So, right. So, first thing she said is, when she was late, she'd already let her aunt know. Yeah. And she was letting him know as well. She was texting them both screenshots, not just voice text, screenshots of her location, the traffic, all this lot. She nearly got took out by a truck while she was texting the whole time. So, she even tells on herself, but yeah, she says the first thing she did was text her aunt. So there's something big going on.
Or something, or like during the wintertime or something or whatever. This is very similar. So ran like late, whatever, let my aunt know. My ex is very high conflict. We all know he's been very, very thirsty to try to have conflict with me by any means necessary.
And by the way, sorry, this comes out the day before on the Wednesday. Wednesday is her midweek. She didn't collect the child. She went on Alex's stream, but didn't collect the child because she said her power were out. So the ex is obliged and let her have him on Thursday instead. And she's dicking him around with times and that. She's running late. She's texting him while driving with her son in the car, But yeah, she didn't turn up for him on. Like, if the ex's power went out, he wouldn't go drop him off at Callie's. He'd get an hotel room or something. It's one night. You just don't have that liberty to just not be there for your child. You have circumstances, you overcome them. But yeah, he switched and accommodated her. And it was 10 minutes before she was setting off that she let him know. So I don't think he's as bad as she's making out him to be anyway, put it that way.
And I am done. I told you guys, like, and I've been telling this man that I'm tapped out. Like, so today, I almost got into another accident trying to get there and everything. I live in the city. There's a lot of events here, especially over the summer. Things happen. The new location to drop off puppy has been going well and everything, but like today was completely unexpected. Like, and I was having a great day, you know, running around playing with puppy, everything like that, like perfectly normal, right? Like perfectly normal and fine. However, with me like running late, so like when I ran late so you guys know how it is when you're you know, when there's like an accident or like several accidents along your route, the GPS will keep rerouting you while you're driving, while updating you about the accidents, right? And I already have screenshots. Mind you, my aunt already has all of this. I'm covering my back that way, okay? So that's fine. However, my ex tried to make conflict while I was driving. And like, I'm going to also say, I think that this is tied to him still wanting me to miss the baby's birthday, but it doesn't.
How can it cause conflict while you're driving? You shouldn't be paying attention to your phone at all. You've got a child in the car. You've already had an accident recently. Like, let him know you're going to be late. Maybe send him the location if you want to, you know. But don't be texting him the whole time. He has a point.
Matter. I'm telling you, at this rate, it doesn't matter. So he was being high conflict, which I knew, because anytime anything happens, we all know he's not an understanding person. He's not like, I really hope people understand that the whole co-parenting thing with this man is a myth. He's not interested in co-parenting. He's not interested in any type of actual healthy communication or understanding. He's only interested in trying to find anything that he can to weaponize against me, which we know has been difficult for him, right? Because he's been on one for over a year. I mean, down to messaging drama channels. Like, it's been pathetic, right? So I told him, I'm like, well, my attorney already knows.
Well, if we're messaging drama channels because you were coming on with your whole chest lying about him after you abandoned your child and neglected him, he came online. Well, he didn't. He came in my inbox and he told me his side of the story. He wouldn't have done that if you weren't on your channel every single day lying about him. I miss you too, addicted to cold brew. Yeah, she is a shit lawyer. Oh, thank you very much, Lisa Simpson, Salty Simpson, 20 gifted memberships. Welcome to the Troublemakers, you little feckers. I'll have a look on my phone, it'll tell me who. Hey, Callie, addicted to cold brew, Red Sequins, Marley Baruka, Whitney Love, Inked Mom, sponsored by Valium, Chocolate Cake Incident, Jenny from the D, Sassy Shelley, Blue J20, Dorky Shitstain, Just Aussie 93, Anderson Cooper CNN, Murder Cupcake 5566, Bossy Spaghetti, Brenda Lee, Bad Seed 13, Omi, Rosie's price that she paid. Welcome to the Troublemakers, you little feckers, and thank you very, very much, Lisa Simpson. Let's see who else is here. I've seen some people come in. Hi, Kimberlina. Hi, Catcom Mermaid. Thanks for sharing me out. I did notice that. Yes, exactly. You do your plan, you look, right. You know, I'm from a town where, like, you know, football, which you got soccer. When that's on in our town, you have to add an hour onto anything. And it's a very small town. It just how it is. But you know the days that's going to happen. Oh. Hi, everyone coming in. Oh, thanks, Tisha, for being here. Hi, Miss T from me. It's good to see you too. Member for 12 months. I don't know if it sent a message. No, it didn't. But well, thank you for being a troublemaker, little fecker. Yeah, the new location is closer and it's a police station again. So, oh, thank you everyone for coming in. I'm going to keep on playing. There's a lot to get through.
You know what I mean? Like whenever anything happens, whenever you run late or whatever, you just let them know, whatever. Now, of course, when this happened with the semi toppling over and that shit made the news, I don't know if what's going on today made news because there were several accidents along different routes. So I don't know. I don't think that's all due to like one thing, right? I don't think that's due to like a semi, but there is a concert right now going on in the location where I dropped my baby off, right? So I'm doing that and everything. But like I almost got into a damn accident being rerouted because I got rerouted to an off road, and as I fucking turned, a fucking semi came and literally like fucking like honked, and then like I like honked or whatever, and I was like, oh my god. And the guy, he was getting ready to make a turn or whatever, and he did wave and try to say sorry or whatever. I heard him yelling because it was like a 2-lane turn thing, like you know how you turn to like.
If someone says they heard him yelling, usually they're not yelling sorry and waving their arms. Probably yelling, cussing her out, cutting him off. She said she'd made like a quick reaction to turn because that's what a sat nav said. Right, and she says that she was taking screenshots anytime it updated, and she said it updated just as she had to come off there, so she would have been taking a screenshot at that time, I'm betting.
And so like there was like the semi or whatever, and so I turned here like in this lane, but there was another lane to turn, but the semi is going here and he had to turn too, and thank God I didn't get into an accident, didn't hit anything, I was fine, right? And then when he turned into the lane here, right, he's like sorry, and I'm like you're good. So my aunt knows all of this. This is like I'm not really worried. Now I'm gonna say something. I'm not worried about any repercussions coming to me because, you know, things happen. You know what I mean? And it's like, if anybody, like, things happen. Reschedules happen. It takes communication, honestly. And we all know that my ex has never been interested in communication. Now, while I'm not really worried about any actual repercussions, I am actually tapping all the way out. This is a self-decision because I am not interested in participating in this dynamic with my ex anymore. I'm exhausted. And once again, I'm in a situation where like I'm trying to keep him updated and he's like, oh, well, you're texting with Frank in the car, with the baby in the car. Oh my God, I don't mean to like, you know, say my child's name or whatever, but you're texting with the baby in the car. I mean, literally.
Yes, when she says she's tapping out, she means tapping out of being a mother to a child. Yeah. And, you know, she keeps repeating it, actually.
I have a screenshot of this so I can show it or whatever. So, but it's not the first time it's happened on this channel. I'll just have to mute it or whatever. I'll just have to block this out or whatever. But you're texting with the baby in the car. I connect my phone to my man's vehicle or whatever. I connect my phone to my man's vehicle and I do the, you know, the hands-free. And I only sent the screenshot updates of the accident and the traffic stuff when it was like actively updating. But long story short, I've told my aunt this, and as of right now, I don't know where this is going to go, and that's why I'm saying no more puppy for me. Because one, I'm not gonna be, y'all know, I love my baby. It's been beautiful, you know what I mean? Like, and
look how flippant she says, "I love my baby." I'm tapping out. Like, yeah, well, yeah. In I was gonna go live a bit earlier, but she was live, and I wanted to listen to it. And yeah, at the end, she played that video, and she's literally repeating word for word what that person was saying. Yep, she is giving up a kid. That's what she's saying. Crazy cat lady, it gets worse. But if she genuinely feels like this, I believe she's making the right decision for her child if she is giving him up, right? So I've got to give her points for that. I have to give her some accolade for that because I think that's the right thing to do. If you have these feelings, if you haven't got it in you, if you're too tired to be the mother to your child, you're better off walking away. So I've got to give her that. Like, I think she's making the right decision, and it is what it is. Like, but we'll see what's going to go on with her.
I'm here for my child, but I'm not here for this fucked up dynamic, and I refuse to be tethered and fucked with through my child. He's too old to know about talk to text. He doesn't care. He's just looking. This is someone throwing shit at a wall, hoping that it would stick. Like, and I've been dealing with this. I mean, you guys, it's years. It's June. It is June 2026. Now, while I'm not really worried about coming under any real like crazy repercussions or whatever, because things happen, it's not like I really did anything. It's not like I really, you know, it's not like I had a whole grievance, like, you know what I mean? However, I told my aunt this, and I don't know how I want to word this. I am
spoiler addicted to cold brew. She does say she's going to sign him over, and she's actively trying for another baby because she's going to make a new family and a new life for herself. She's happy. She's built a beautiful world for herself. She hasn't got time for the drama with her baby. Yeah. Oh, addicted to cold. Yeah, she does. She comes out with it. It won't be long.
refusing to participate in this dynamic until there is some serious mitigation involved. I know that my ex is, I know that he's vindictive. I know that he's like angry. I know that he's vengeful.
She's saying she's tapping out till her ex is medicated. Her ex. Not her. Her ex who has full custody of the child and doesn't let him down, never turns up late, has provided him a warm and stable home and everything he needs. Yeah? Yep, Luna Sonata, yep. And hi everyone. Hi Chava. Hi. Yeah, it gets worse. It gets so much worse. I'm sorry, but it really does get worse.
I'm aware of all of these things. And he has been relentless about conflict. I don't care. I don't care. And so I'm going to leave that at that because I can no longer participate in this dynamic. And with that, and because I've let my aunt know a few things, I am scheduled to see my baby next Friday. However, I don't know if that's going to happen because I am so serious. Okay. It's not worth keeping up a toxic dynamic in front of my child. Like, I'm tired. And this is stupid. And it's like, once again, here I am on edge. I'm already worried. Mind you, I'm like just being rerouted by GPS, right? It's not like I know the streets once again by like, by heart or anything like that, right? It's not like I know this stuff by heart, right? But it's like, I'm like taking off roads. I'm taking reroutes. It took me longer, the extensions, you know what I mean? And I'm kind of sure that the concert, because where the concert was, it was on the same street or whatever as Don't Let Him Win. It's not about winning, girl. It's not about winning. I value myself, once again, more than all of this. My child does not need to keep being in the middle. And as long as my ex...
Yes, people, you heard that right. She values herself over all of this. She's clearly... I can't make medical diagnosis. She's clearly not right at the moment, is she? But I will give it her if she genuinely feels like this. Like, she doesn't like losing. She don't she don't want a son because she doesn't want to be told what to do by someone else. Yeah. And she don't like losing face and stuff. But she's willing to do this. Now, I think it's the right thing, so I don't want to tell her to do anything else. I think this is the exact right thing to be doing. A mother shouldn't be saying these things. And anymore, I think the selfless thing is to just hand him over at this point. He'll do much better.
Keeps trying to use my child as a tether, in this case as a tether or whatever. Now, the thing about it is, like, when it comes to high conflict, there's several ways to actually mitigate that. But this is, I'm tired. And I'm not going to, I'm cool with updating you guys on the baby or whatever. I don't really have to do that. But for me personally, I don't care about winning. It's not about winning or losing. It's really about my child, but it's also about my self-preservation, my self-respect. And the fact that, because see, anything could have happened, right? If I ever get into another accident, and I end up in the hospital.
I don't get how this is an argument. I believe it's much worse than she said. I believe she maybe have had an accident or he's found out about an accident. Something's gone on. But she's very worried about herself. Her child was in the car, right? Her child was in this car. Remember that when she's talking about this.
Accident. Because see, anything could have happened, right? If I ever get into another accident, and I end up in the hospital, if anything serious ever happens to me, this man will do nothing but try his best to make it worse and weaponize the child. You're protecting your baby and yourself. I mean, he's been trying to block me out of that child's life for the longest. And I don't want to speak too soon because I don't think that it's going to come down to that exactly. But I'm at a point now where even if I needed to sign some papers, I'd be willing to. I'm so serious. But I'm not going to keep, exactly. But I'm at a point now where even if I needed to sign some papers, I'd be willing to.
Yeah, she said that. The child support, because custody, so it's on a preliminary basis at the minute. It's the court watching both parents, see how they're interacting, see what they're doing for the child, see that they can keep to schedules and stuff. And then it moves on to a permanent basis, and then child support will be brought into it, and she'd have to do back pay. Now, I know for a fact, because of speaking to him in the past, that if she did sign over the rights, he wouldn't want any of that child support. So it could have something to do with that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, we looked at it's around the age of 40, late 30s, early 40s, that schizophrenia comes to play usually. But again, I can't diagnose her with anything, but she's divulged that and she talks about it again today. Her bra's the least of her worries. She don't pay anything now, but she would be on the line for it. But yeah, there it is. She would sign him over in a heartbeat.
I'm so serious. But I'm not going to keep. I'm exhausted, you guys. It's not even funny. Like even when I make my jokes and I deal with it, right? Like, yeah, we kiki haha, diaper bag, and raincoat gate. But at the end of the day, I live in the city. Anything can happen, and I try to give updates or whatever. You know what I mean? I try to give updates, but he's a man child. He can like or dislike you. The child's well-being should be in the forefront. Let the child form his own opinions about each of you. He doesn't. I think he's also bothered. Remember, me and my baby are very healthily bonded. Like me and my baby, like y'all know, Puppy and I are like this.
It doesn't exactly seem that way because you're thinking about yourself over him. But then I think letting him go is the best for him. So, yeah, it's hard listening to it. It really is.
Like my little sweetheart, he's amazing. You know what I mean? But I'm saying this because I don't know where things are going to go from here in court. I mean, even when I got there and dropped off the baby, he's like threatening. He's like, your aunt's going to hear from my attorney. And it's like, well, she already heard from me. She knows. Like, I tell her everything at all times. Don't let him hurt your bond. Eric doesn't think that the kid needs me in the child's life. That is a reflection of my ex. And he is doing everything he can to sever that relationship. And he will stop at nothing. And how much do I need to keep subjecting my child? He's only getting older too, by the way. How much do I need to keep sacrificing myself, my baby, my well-being? I'm not even dealing with someone who cares about my safety or whatever. I'm not dealing with a logical human being at all. I'm not.
Why would your ex care about you in that way? That'd be weird if he did. You're not logical. Yeah, she is. Yeah. Titty tattoo. Is that the cross bit? Is that what's been added? Yeah. Oh. Yeah, like Shani. Yeah, they're still in court, yeah. Yeah, she wants to keep her ex away from her current. She don't want him to have any contact with him. Yeah. It is all about her. It gets worse as well. It's horrible. Like, her new partner is trash, like someone said before. It really is, because, like, how would you even contemplate having children with a mother who's just give her son away? Yeah.
Dealing with someone who's of sound anything. I am done participating in this dynamic. I hate that man. I'm not like, and even though realistically, there's really not much that can happen. However, I'm at a point where, and I told my aunt this, and like I said, once again, I don't know what this means as far as court or whatever, and he can hit up all the drama channels he wants to, okay? So be on the lookout, child. You know what I mean? He's going to hit them up and try to get his little word in, and if he does, I won't react or respond. Like I said, I have no smoke with the drama channels or whatever. I'm already aware. Even Alex confirmed a whole bunch of shit to me, and it's crazy, like, how desperate he's been. But I love my child enough to like, dude, I deal enough. I wish you the best, and just make sure before you wash your hands of the situation that you raise your concerns for your child's well-being in his custody, and that you feel he's a hazard to you both. You know, I've done that, but it's like it's beyond that. I think. Do you understand what I mean? Like, I'm talking about how I'm done with and I appreciate you, Justin. I'm not trying to shit on your opinion. I'm really not. But I'm dealing with someone who is committed to conflict and conflict only. And I think that this has a lot to do with him wanting me to miss the child's birthday again. And I think that he's mad, obviously. I mean, and that's another thing too. Like, dude, y'all know that outside of this shit, I live a really beautiful life, man. I live a really blessed life. I have so much peace. I have so much freedom. My man is amazing to me. You know, I do enjoy my time with my baby. I've loved working on my home. You know, I enjoy.
Notice how far down the list the baby came in then. And hi, goodbye, Cal. Nice to see you. He's such a horrible guy. Wow, yeah, he's abusive and everything. So what? She just willingly leaves the child with him again. Second time of abandonment. Sign him over. Best for everyone. You do you, girl. Leave the child out of it. She talks about abortion and that in a bit as well. I don't know how much people have seen. So.
Being in school, you know, that's why I'm trying to take my summer off and enjoy it. But that was still fun, you know what I mean? And when I apply for my license, I'll let you guys know, you know what I mean? And I'll build that up. But I am so tired of the most.
I don't think she finished that school. I really don't. She'd be getting a real estate license ASAP as she did. The person who would be, like, you know, vouching for her and that would be pushing her once she'd qualified. I don't think she has. You never hear her talk about going there anymore. Right. Oh, hi, well, thank you. We're gonna so we're gonna drop a video. We're gonna go over Alex's talk she had with Callie. There was a few things that bothered me. Alex had the best intentions and she spoke very nicely about me. But I didn't wish the best for Callie. I said I don't hate her. But it was just mixed up words. I was frustrated that she didn't hold her accountable for anything. So I was going to go through it and hold her accountable for it. And then all this is kicked off. So, you know, see how it goes. Oh, goodbye, Kyle. Thank you very much. $20. Great to see you, Nikki. Hope all is well across the pond. Well, do you know what? It hasn't been the best. That's why I don't like trauma dumping. I don't like being around when I'm not good or things aren't right. But I'm here, so I must be right. Thank you.
Negative thing in my life being my ex and the shit that he's done. And it's like, I don't know if my child just has to get older and start really making his own choices while I just be away for a while or something. You say, I completely understand and I can see how shook up this got you. I just have a feeling with you out the picture, it'll become clear that he's the problem and puppy will be returned to you. This is a behavioral problem. You understand? This man has issues. Even when I was talking to Alex, she was like, do y'all know that Alex told me that when my ex was hitting up them drama channels, he was demanding to talk to Alex? Okay.
He wasn't demanding to talk to Alex. He said some things that Callie had said about Alex. And I said, I think you're mistaken. I think maybe you two need to talk because there was a lot of lies that Callie were telling to each of them about each other. So they agreed they were going to talk, but they never actually did. They weren't demanding nothing. They both equally wanted to talk to each other. Hi, Panda Pondu.
He needs his mama too. Puppy will be devastated not seeing you. Can't stand that man. My ex doesn't care. He would rather, and I don't know what to, I really don't know what to say because I'm trying not to say too much. But I've already dropped hints about how Puppy's been doing. And I'm trying not to say too much. You say, I'm sorry too. I'm sorry. He needs his mama too. Everybody knows the child needs both parents, but everybody knows that aside from my ex, and he doesn't care. And there's Moonshine. I appreciate your comment. That was super weird. It comes off more.
The ex is accommodating Callie's parental rights and the time. You know, she didn't show up on Wednesday. He let her have Thursday, and then she drops him late off on Friday. You know, he's accommodating. He doesn't let the child down. He's consistent. I don't. It's beyond me what she's trying to get at. You know.
Or as your comment, because I would never tell you that about your child and your child's father, even as you're still grieving that. Like, right? I would never say something like that to you, Nurse Moonshine, even though you may have had good intentions. It sounds like that kind of is giving, like, I'm not gonna lie, it's giving jealous coded. And like, you're new, and you've always come in here talking about how well I'm doing, and it's interesting how when I'm being more vulnerable than than usual, it's like you know, whatever. It was a weird, bitter comment. Yeah. You guys, mods, I just need you guys to watch out. My mods, I don't have time to micromanage people in my chat. Nurse Moonshine, you've been cool, but I just thought that was quite odd. I'm not gonna lie. Well, I'm not gonna go back and forth with you either, hun. Like, if I'm on here already exhausted, talking about how I don't want to do back and forth, like. But
yeah, her chat doesn't replay because she does that vertical stuff and that. Well, this one didn't anyway, so I didn't see the comment, but it wouldn't have been much. It'd have been someone trying to softball her with a bit of a tough question or something, but yeah.
My ex has all he's done, so it's like, okay, he's tried to block me out of my child's, like, I mean, this is gonna go all the way back to last year, like, understanding. Yeah, I'm not in the mood. Like, the best thing that you guys can do is listen. The people who know me, the people who've been here, really like my mods and stuff, will understand, and they'll be here for me, genuinely. But my ex has tried to block me out of my child's medical care. I had to fight for that, right? He's tried to block me out of last year I missed my child's birthday, right? Because they share a birthday. He has done so much. And every time anything happens with me, any type of change, even when I was sick, there's nothing but bullshit. And I'm exhausted. Callie, I'm here for you, and we'll continue to be with you through this. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We're all here for you. Thanks. I'm exhausted. I love my son, but I'm not going to fight. I'm not going to, like, it's like he can't even.
I got told anything before a but is bullshit. I love my son, but there shouldn't be a but. No, there should not be a but. But if she's signing him over, I think that's the best thing for a child, and I have to give her accolades for doing so. It's a hard thing to do. And yeah, she doesn't look so sad at minute. She does have a few breakdowns. And it pulled on my heartstrings. So, well, I'm human.
And it's also like, you guys, I'm house hunting right now. You know, we haven't been in a little bit, but we're still, me and my man. And I am actively trying for a new child. I don't need any of this stress. And I'm planning my fucking wedding. Which, it's beautiful, it's fun, but it's a lot.
Breathe.
Child. I don't need any of this stress. And I'm planning my fucking wedding. Which, it's beautiful, it's fun, but it's a lot, okay? Planning a wedding's a lot. I'm kind of getting my ass kicked. I'm not gonna lie. It's exciting, but it's like, damn, I didn't realize how much that really goes into. And
I don't think she realises how much goes into having a child as well. Right. It's hard to listen to. It's really hard. And if she weren't saying she were giving him up, I'd be swearing a lot more than I am doing now. Put it that way. Mixed emotions listening to this. It really is. Someone's gonna see this one day. It's so horrible.
Me and my man, like, we make it fun. You know what I mean? And like, it's been awesome being on this adventure and journey with him. And he's a blessing. You know what I mean? He's beautiful. But I don't need any stress. Like, And it's like, when I almost got into that accident, now remember, I got into a whole car accident last year and my ex was arguing with me in the app. In fact, I had told him that I wasn't going to make it and my phone was dying. He showed up to the exchange place anyway and was taking a bunch of pictures saying, oh, well, I'm here and I haven't heard from you, so I don't know what's going on. I had told him before then that my phone was dying and I just got into an accident. Clearly, I'm not going to make it. And he tried to spin and weaponize that as some shit. The thing is, you can't, and I think this is what he's frustrated.
This is what you do in court. When you're in family court, and at the minute, it's a preliminary ruling. There's a child custody order in place. It's temporary, and it's for the court to observe each of the parents' behaviours and assess who the child's better off being with. And each side have to record everything that goes on. And Callie's used things that aren't real against him. So why wouldn't she react the same way he is, or worse? I think she'd react worse. He just records everything, which I would do as well.
About, you can't spin me, having traffic delays or reroutes or even car accidents. You can't spin that as me being like, awful to puppet. That's just life, like life happening. And the thing is, this is the same person who refuses to have the police station even closer to me, because the thing is, if the police station was closer to me, the shoe would be on the other foot. And he knows that because I live in the city. He knows that. And he has refused several times in court. Look at how long it took me to even change the new pickup location. I talked about changing that location the minute that accident happened because I was getting tired.
Yeah, do you know, I missed that actually. That's a good catch, that. Yeah, a new child, not another one, but a new one. Wowzers. Wowzers.
Girl, I am shook what happened. I'm telling you guys. But like, I'm through. Like, I love my son. I do. I'm so proud of him. Despite everything, I'm very proud of him. But I am dealing with someone who will stop at nothing to block me from his life. And
despite everything, I'm really proud of him. Right, we'll go on.
I'm dealing with someone who will stop at nothing to keep up conflict, because conflict is the only thing that my ex understands. Bro is just a pure chaos demon, no good in him. Yeah, he's a horrible person. And he knows it. And this case and this perception of control is all he has. And the thing is, he thinks he's hurting me. He doesn't even care that he's hurting his son. Like, there are things that I have, unfortunately found out recently about Puppet that I'm really not proud of.
It can only hold things against you that you're doing. Right, your child's 2, nearly 3. Well, 2. It's 2 anyway, isn't it? He'll be starting preschool. I don't know actually how it works in America. I don't know the ages and that, but you're not going to be turning up on time for him. You're going to leave. He's going to be sat there, and you're going to be getting cold every day. Why aren't you here? You're not going to be consistent. This is proof how you keep being late, how you keep no showing, how you keep changing days. It's all showing that you're not consistent in that child's life. But again, you're giving him up. It's a good thing.
But they're the same things that I hinted to last year. You know what I mean? And means you have to fight harder. I'm not fighting with that man, and I appreciate y'all. There's several ways to mitigate conflict, and that's where I'm just going to leave that at. But as far as updates and all that stuff about my baby and all that, I'm just not. And I am scheduled to see my child next Friday, but I don't know if I'll be doing that, because I don't know what's going to happen from here. And regardless of what happens, I am seeking a different kind of resolution. So I'm just checked out. And I'm done. You don't want me in the kid's life, fine. You don't want me to, I think he wants me to miss the birthday. I think he just is in the mood to just cut me. He would really love to withhold again and do all that shit. He's been so pissed off that this year has been progressing to where it's very.
The kid's life, not my son, not my child, not my baby, the kid. She said it before that she struggles looking at him sometimes because he looks like his dad.
Obvious that all the shit last year that happened, but it's like, you don't want me in the child's life, fine, but you're going to have to really explain when all I'm doing is I'm just over here literally living my life, minding my business, going on about my life. I've moved on with my life as well. And we all know that my baby has been well provided for and taken care of with me. I have no issues because I have everything, literally. And that's not been a problem. I definitely think it's best to handle everything or what's left of the situation privately for now, because people will be judgmental. I'm not really worried about people judging me. I'm letting you guys know, because if there's a certain amount of time that goes by and y'all don't see me post my child or mention my child, it's reasons. And I don't want you guys to think that I'm like, I don't know, hiding something. Look, I've been on this platform long enough. People judge me, you guys. I only care about my community. I care about my audience. I care about letting the people who supported me this far. I care about
more than a kid. More than a kid. She cares more than, look, she's putting more effort into it. I hope she doesn't change her mind.
Letting you all know about everything. But I'm dealing with a person who's just like, I mean, I'm just tired, man. He won't change. And I really think that he's triggered. I think what's triggering him, and I'm not in his head. I mean, thank God, right? But I think what's triggering him the most is the fact that things have gone really well for me. And I've not had any issues despite all his obstacles. So this is where the whole grasping at straws method comes from. But the only thing about that is he continues to grasp. Even like when I dropped the baby off, he's like, you're going to hear from my attorney. And he said that in front of the baby. Like trying to raise his voice so I can hear him. I'm not listening regardless. I'm just there to drop my baby off and leave, because one of us is going to drop the baby off and shut the fuck up, even if it's...
She's not really listening, but she's repeating what he's saying. And he said that in front of her son. She nearly crashed a car in front of her son because she was texting her aunt Ernie and the kid's dad, and she was on one. It's not comparable. Oh, hello, Alex. Hey, are you all right, love? Dad needs to put her on child. Listen, I know for a fact that if she signs that child over to him, he won't seek anything from her. He's not bothered about it. He just wants his son safe and stable. So, word for word. Yeah, it's not nice, but you know, it's your child. That should go above it, shouldn't it? Yeah, this is. I just hope the child never sees it. Well, yeah. Oh, have you seen a lot of this, Alex? Because she keeps name dropping you and how you're there for her and you're helping her and everything. Yeah. Did I not tell you that she went unchecked the other day and it was going to embolden her to be worse? And then she didn't pick her child up just after she got off the interview with you. She didn't get him. And then she got him and returned him late, nearly had a car crash, was texting while driving. And she's just said she's going to sign all her rights over for the child because she can't be asked, basically. Yep.
Like, not him. But it's just, he doesn't care. This is the same person who was arguing over my newborn. This is the same person who threatened my life in front of my newborn. This is the same person who my dad had to block. This is the same person who launched me and my child into a whole custody case when I was only 3 months postpartum. This is the same person who withheld my child for 3 months last year and made me miss my child's first birthday.
All right, so Callie policed him, let it go to court 3 times and no showed. And he'd been arrested and charged and that, and she no showed 3 times. And it got dropped and it got wiped from his record. There's no even like record of it at all because it was that ludicrous. And he was ready to press charges on her for faking evidence. That's why she didn't show up. And she put child support on him. Well, to get child support, you need a custody arrangement. It needs to go through court. So she started all the custody stuff really by going for child support. Well, she was withholding the child.
This is the same person who relentlessly hit up drama channels, thinking that he was going to get a rise out of me, when really all I did was just end up exposing him. Pretty late to that party, but I ended up exposing him. This is the same person that even in this case has switched goalposts as far as his criticisms of me because my life has changed. He'd look like an idiot to still be talking about crack houses and drug dens, although I know he wished it was a reality. This is the same person who has disgraced my entire family through my son. This is the same person who still has some of his friends and weird ass homies watch me for whatever reason. I guess they're keeping tabs. I hope they really enjoy this damn video. This is the same.
Watching the shit show, aren't they? And it's a friend involved, and like you're putting it out online. You brought all this online. Nobody knew about it. I still haven't seen any of the court paperwork. None of it at all. It's not. It wouldn't have been public knowledge, but you brought it to the internet. You lied about things that have gone on. He had to come and correct it by speaking to me. But he hasn't done nothing wrong to you. He's following things by the book, actually.
Same person. This is, and it's not changed. But the thing is, it's like, with me living.
Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, she does. Yeah. Oh, hi, D's nuts to knees. Danzy, sorry. Yeah, me. Yeah, well, no, she does talk about later that, like, you know, when he's 18, he can come and find her. Yeah, don't worry about that. You know, I explained it. I said, I don't hate her. And, you know, it is what it is. I want the best for the child. I think Callie signing over her rights is the best for the child, especially with what she says here. She does say she wishes she never had him. She'd go back and change it. Hi, spiteful Pinky Jean. Yeah, she's name dropping you because you've got a successful channel at the moment, and she wants in on that. She thought she was on your main channel the other night when you said that you're on Alex Glitter. Like, you could tell her voice dropped a bit, like. But yeah, it's sad. Yeah, exactly. She liked being pregnant because the attention's on her. She didn't like having to give attention to someone other than herself.
The city, and with serious things happening like traffic accidents, unexpected reroutes and stuff like that, what I don't need is someone trying to keep up conflict, and my child doesn't need that either. I think that my ex is like, he doesn't care about the effect that this is even going to have on my child, because if he did, he would do the right thing. He's incapable of doing the right things. And my babes, and my poor baby, he's already been affected, unfortunately. But I love my child and myself enough to stop everything until something drastically changes.
I love myself, my child and myself so much. Yeah. She can't just talk about him. It has to come back to her and her needs. So, oh, thanks, Alex. Oh, thank you, spiteful Pinky Jean. I've missed you all. I really have. Like, I've had a lot of anxiety and a real confidence knock. I really have. I've like really been feeling crap about myself. I got straight cut bangs as well. Like I've yeah, I've done that thing. Reinvent myself with some bangs. Oh, thanks for being a member for 9 months, Wicked Crafter. Thank you for being a troublemaker, you little fecker. So, oh, I'm glad I'm back. It's going better than I thought. Anxiety's calmed down a bit, and I hope everyone's enjoying this as much as they can. I feel like we need to watch it together. I've missed you too, Wicked Crafter. Thank you for being here, everyone.
Now, what that change is, I don't know. And so that's where I'm coming from. I know what I'm going to suggest. I know what I'm going to bring up, but I don't know if, when, how it's going to happen. And until then, I'm cool. Now, I will continue to chill on my channel and relax. And I'm not going to change up my content.
Oh, crap. I'm muted. Everyone going unmuted. But yeah, postpartum. Like, did anyone hear me say that she said she wouldn't allow herself to have postpartum? She wasn't weak. Sorry. Straight bangs. I might show you. I'll put a picture up soon. Breaks me out the fact she's saying all these things, knowing you might one day say it. It's so sad. It is. It's hard. It's hard because I think if she's genuine, she's making the right decision if she feels these ways, isn't she? I just don't like that she wants to bring another child into it. Yeah, exactly. Can you hear me now? Sorry. Yeah, I had postpartum after my first child. It was really hard, and I was scared to get pregnant again because of it. And like I had to work before I got pregnant. I went to the doctors and I said, like, how can we work this? Maybe get a medication that doesn't affect my milk and stuff like that. And we worked on it because I was desperate not to go through that again. But I think being aware of it and knowing it was a possibility and being more, it didn't come back. So I'm glad of that. Oh, it's horrible, isn't it? Yeah. I can't. Yeah, well, this is it. The mother saying it's triggering, but if she's giving him up, she's doing the right thing. And I don't want to go in too hard on her because she's doing the right thing, if you get me. It's horrible, but it's the right thing.
And like, also talk with you guys. And maybe I'll mention my baby in passing because I do have a beautiful time with him. But as far as like those videos and pictures and stuff, like I'm going to just like stop that because I don't know when the next time is I'm going to see him. I'm scheduled to see him next Friday, but I don't know if that's going to happen. And that's just me being honest because I'm not even interested if it's going to continue to be this horrendous, stupid, unnecessary conflict. Keep your chin up, sweetheart. Michelle, you're crying. I know. I love. Look.
I get it. It's one of them. I don't want to discourage you from doing it. Do you get me? I think it's the right thing, and if this is how she's got there, yeah. Oh, I'm struggling. Sorry. I don't want to cause any change to her current trajectory. I don't want to give her ideas or try and manipulate her or I'm over talking. Oh, and that wasn't a tattoo. It was a bloody necklace.
Same ones who were there for me when that baby was gone. Okay. Remember, I spoke up on this platform while the withholding was happening. I spoke up on July 1st. You guys have been there for me. Like no one, literally. I'm not trying to even take anything away from you all, but I have to protect myself. And I love and I value myself and my peace and my life, my literal life, more than this idiot man who has mental issues, quite literally.
It's not about the idiot man, it's about your son, and you love yourself more than your son. You're saying it, and you're saying it with real tears in your eyes, real tears. Yeah, exactly, Lisa, exactly that. Oh, you do you, girl. Stop fucking drag your kid down with you. Yep. I know for a fact if she did, the ex will never take a penny or seek any back pay. Exactly. Crazy cat lady. Exactly that. He's proven himself in front of the court to be solid, stable, and a good provider for his son. He's accommodating the mother who isn't stable and does mess her son around with the very, very little time she gets. She gets 6 overnights a month. And that is too much for her. It's not worth it. I watched court case after court case. There are plenty of people who've had the rights took away for something daft. But they have to start from the bottom and they have to go to visitation centres and do that for 6 weeks. And then 1 hour alone for 6 weeks. Yeah, and build it up, and it's like can take over a year, and they do it. And they could be totally being wronged by being made to go through it. But they still do it because it's the child. Hi, Scorpion Poison. There is no watching of court cases. I don't have any of the court documents, anything like that. I've not looked hard. I have looked for them. I've not looked hard enough, but yeah. No, right. So she has Friday till Sunday evening. So she doesn't have Sunday overnight. And that's every other week. And then in between, when it's not her week, she has him on a Wednesday evening. So that's 6 overnights in the month. It's the minimum standard parenting time.
Like, this is so stupid, and my child's just going to keep getting older. My child's going to keep getting older and seeing the disrespect. My child's going to keep getting older and seeing the conflict. My child's going to keep getting older. First of all, my child's going to get older and wonder, why the fuck am I not with my mom? Why don't I see my mom more? That baby misses me. And he's been showing it more and more, actually. But I refuse to let him live a lie. You understand me? I refuse to let my child live a lie. I've done everything that I can as far as moving on with my life. I thank God that I'm in a healthy relationship, and my baby sees that. My baby sees, obviously his environment, you know what I mean? My baby has everything, and that's a blessing. And my family, when my family is over and around, he has that loving family dynamic. He does. But Eric is unwell. And there's a reason why he's dead to me in several instances. But I refuse to let my child live an illusion that things are hunky-dory when they're obviously not. And he's only going to get older and see more and more conflict and confusion. Do you understand? And I would rather separate myself from the entire thing than continue to subject myself to such foolery.
The entire thing, it's your fucking son. Subject yourself to the tomfoolery. There's no words. I do feel bad for her.
In front of my son. Because that little boy's going to grow up and be a man. And it would be a tragedy if that child treats women the way my ex does. I am a woman. I can nurture a child. I can care for a child. But I have limits on how to teach a man how to be a man. The only thing and the best thing that I've ever done is try to let my life be the example. And I just thank God for the man that I have now who's healthy and just amazing. But the best thing that I can do as a woman is live by example and lead by example. Sadly, sometimes the only way to show love is to let them go. Mm-hmm. He will put nasty stuff in his head about you. That's what I'm most scared of. He's already done that. Girl, Eric laughs with the caretaker about me. He's already done that. My child is in
tomfoolery. Did that tickle you?
an environment where all he hears is shit talk about me, crack dens, drug houses, and Lord knows what else. That's why he feels so comfortable. I told you all about how Kathy, and that's Tiffany's mom. The problem is, I said a lot of this stuff last year. Once again, I am the super broken record. He has a great example of Brandon, though. He does. My child has been.
That had to be a troll. He has a great example with Brandon, though, the trap house keeper. Yeah. That was a troll. Yeah. And Alex will vouch for me. I said to Alex, I was really bothered by the fact that she's delusional, and delusional is dangerous with that child. And she needs checking on it. Like, I said it to Alex, but we talked about that interview, and it like, there's literally zero hard feelings. And I said, can I go over? And she's like, yeah, go for it. You know, unapologetically, Val, hi. So she's not going to be a mother because, yeah, that's exactly it. I think it's also because she doesn't give a fuck. Speaking from experience, that's probably not what her son will see. He will grow up believing he was not worth fighting for, unfortunately. In some situations, stepping away is really the best. I know myself in the past, I thought you've got to do everything you can to keep a mother and a father in a picture, but sometimes when one of them is that bad, it hurts the child, and they're better off not having to go through that hurt continually, and maybe have the other bit of hurt of not, the abandonment issues, but it's not as hard as what they'd be suffering through if they had the parent in their life. Thanks, I'm glad that tickled your pickle, lovely. Yeah, you can't, but do you know what? I think you can. She does. She's doing the responsible thing, and takes balls. Sultan Salbot. Hello, I'm ladies here. Please help me, immigrant Kandanda here. Welcome to the chat. She didn't. This is heartbreaking. I told you it's very triggering, this street. I'm trying my best with it. I'm trying not to press too many buttons with people. Yes. Callie is the blueprint of crazy mama.
Thrown in this shit. Mind you, my ex is the one who did all of this. Remember, my dad blocked my ex. My dad blocked him and said, I can't take it. All he wants to do is bash you. Like, my ex.
No, the dad blocked him after he recorded him saying that Callie was in a trap house and all she does is lie. And he can't take her anymore. He also begged him to get back with Callie. And Callie was asking her dad and Kai to talk to Eric and convince him to get back with her. So she says she walked away, but she wanted him back. I believe she instigated it, but she wanted him.
Him wanting to bash me, that's on him. His bitterness, his anger, his greed. And honestly, whatever else his problem is, because you guys know I don't really know. I make my jokes, I say my things, but I'm cool. I'm so sorry. I'm so frustrated for you. I don't want to participate unless drastic change happens.
Yeah, Alex, but how many times has she said that? And then the baby dad's like got video of it. He records everything. He records every single interaction. I don't like. She said he unleashed it at police station. It doesn't make sense. He may have had ill words. I don't reckon he's gone above board outside a police station. But yeah, I heard her mention that today as well, yeah. So feck off, you dick.
And if drastic change doesn't happen, you can consider me gone. Because I'm dealing with someone who doesn't want me in my child's life, who stopped at nothing. And I am moving in a way with my life to where fighting and conflict, I mean, I can only deal with so much. You know what I mean? Like, everybody really has a breaking point. Everybody has a point where they pull them, they have some self-respect. Everybody has a point to where they just get tired. Now, whatever in the hell he wants to say, because once again, it's going to be like how it was when the semi-toppled over, which made the news. Now, I don't know if today's stuff is going to make the news. Like I said, my aunt already has all that stuff. My aunt already has all those things. And I'm not really worried about all that. Y'all, I'm trying to check and see if, because I ordered food. I'm trying to see if my food's going to be here.
What emails have you found out? What? Oh, she sent some emails. Yeah, she keeps saying, I've been hitting up Alex, now that we're friends again, and I'm helping her, she's helping me. She's talking about you a lot. Back off, you dick. Oh, I like someone appreciates my horrible accent. You don't just get tired. No. You don't get the chat. Everyone has a day where they just want to give up. They want a break. Can't even go to the toilet with a kid banging on the door. Alright. Unicorn Amanda. So what was on the video that the baby daddy recorded of the incident? Right, well, I don't know. I just know he records all interactions. I know that you wouldn't be able to be kicking off outside a police station without it being witnessed, and like that's why you're there. Like, he's playing by the book. He's playing by the court's rules. He's keeping to every word of it. I don't think he'll have done that. And have I talked to the baby dad today? Yes. What's he said? He doesn't want to comment on anything at the moment because there's a lot going on. And he doesn't want to provoke her. And that's it. And I respect that. I said thank you. And we'll leave it there. Like I say, he's playing by the book. Oh, thank you. Well, of course. What do you mean? He's going, well, he's not said anything. That's the point. She's saying things. He's not said anything. He's not coming to the internet and putting his story out there. I've just told you. He has no comment. There you go. Well, there you go. He hasn't given any information. He said he doesn't want to provoke her. Like, whatever, Trevor. Don't give a fuck. Don't even know you. Exactly. When you don't have a channel yourself and your ex is online lying and dragging your name through the mud, what do? You put your side out. How do you do it? Through someone who does have a channel. That's not fucking crazy when she were doing all that, yeah? And I don't, I'm not bothered. Crack on. He has sent you information that you have shared. Yeah, he's told me his side of the story. And what? And what? Why does she only get to have her side? Eh? Yeah. This little fecker needs to check himself, unicorn, whatever, dickhead. Bye-bye. He's got primary custody yet. Anyway, I'm not going to let that one sidetrack me too much. Yeah, exactly. He sounds rational. He's been rational. He's not... She hasn't got these videos of him kicking off and shit. She would have. She'd be putting him up there. Look, when she found out he videoed her dad, admitting she was in a trap house and all she does is lie, she went and woke her dad up in the middle of the night and filmed him in bed, questioning him. Like, yeah. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming. No, let's go on.
Praying that change comes.
Otherwise.
Okay, my food's not on the way yet, but it'll be on the way shortly. Cool. That's cool. But yeah, dude, I'm tired. I'm tired. And I love my child. I do. Do not get me wrong. But like, if I didn't love my baby, I would have never, I would have never went this hard for my baby. But dealing with these men, Like you have to separate for real. Because these men get off on this. I wish that man was a better man. Eric will never be a good person. He never was a good person. And I'm the dumbass. Okay, now don't get me wrong. I'm the dumbass. I'm the one that laid up there with him and had his kid, thinking that we could possibly work something out, regardless of all of the red flags in our relationship. Like, you know what I mean? He's definitely getting off on this. I know, but you can't get off on it when somebody stops playing the game. And that's the thing. It's like I'm not even playing. Like dragging him and the jokes and stuff. You say he changed up on you though. He never cared about me, you guys. Like he didn't change up on me. Eric is not a person who even knows how to love or care for anybody properly. I mean, he failed taking care of his own mother. His own mom couldn't thrive in his environment. He doesn't know how to take care of anyone. No one thrives in his environment.
Your kid has thrived in that environment. When you withheld a child, he came back. He had a bald patch on the back of his head because he was in a bouncer all the time. He was disassociated. He was severely delayed. This is why he has got full custody, like the main custody, yeah? Because he's progressed under his care and he's been consistent. Well, I know for a fact that if she did, he wouldn't want anything from her. He'd just want to walk away kind of thing. So, yeah. Usually, like, a court will want to know that someone else is taking over rights. Or, at least, the person who's taking sole rights can accommodate the child and, you know, provide for him in the same way. Yeah, I can. She's schizo. I don't know, you'll have to go back. It's been a lot and there's a lot more to go through. Yeah, it's bad, this one. Yeah, 10KD, it's lovely to see you. Yeah, you're quite right with Kickcrafter. Yeah, well, you need to catch up with what she's been saying about you because she's throwing you in a lot and she's using you to vouch for her.
I was pregnant, didn't even move in until I was 6 months. That was for several reasons. I never really wanted to move in because I had a feeling. He's probably just upset that he can't control you anymore. Whatever this is, I don't know. This is probably a mental thing, but I don't, and I'm about to sound like a broken record again, you guys, and I love everything that you guys are saying, but how repetitive is this really? How repetitive is this? It's not worth it. It's just not worth it. So he can go and he can tell people that, oh, hey, just like how like
it's not worth it. It's not worth it. That's your son. Do you not think Eric thinks it with you? I think he's thinking all I can do is my best, stick to the rules and hope she shows her true colours. And you have.
Last year, I really wonder what the fuck he even told his people when he had the baby over there for those 3 months. My thing is like, why didn't Kathy ask him more questions? And why did she just automatically believe shit about drug dens and crack houses? That's just dumb. Because she signed herself up to be underpaid by him. And he just dumped the responsibility on her and his sister-in-law. And they just had dealt with it. But my concern, I do work. She's 70 plus, and she was worn at times. And it's like he doesn't care. Like, this is someone who doesn't even value the labor of women. You know, I had a high-risk pregnancy due to my fibroids. I had a couple scares, a lot of scares. This is someone who, when we would argue, I would bleed during pregnancy. I had 6 bleeding episodes. And I know I didn't deserve that. My child definitely doesn't deserve that. But I'm dealing with someone who will stop at nothing to cut me out of this baby's life. And probably wants me to miss the birthday again. Like, or whatever else it is. I don't know. I think that this kind of has to do with the birthday, which is why he's acting up again now. But if this is something more, or maybe he's just mad that like life is better or something. It's fucked up when someone's getting off on something and I'm like not even playing. And also, please remember this is the same person who got mad because I didn't accept that olive branch for Mother's Day. Now do we see why? Because this behavior is cyclical. This side of him is the real him. The Eric that will stop at nothing to keep me out of that.
So he reached out on Mother's Day with an olive branch, and she didn't take it because she had other plans. Like, and that's been held against. Like, oh, I didn't do it because of this, because I knew. Like, he's trying. I see he's trying. Like, the fact that she didn't turn up for him on Wednesday and then still got him on the Thursday. He was trying to work with her and be flexible. He's not just running to court straight away going, she didn't turn up.
Child's life. The Eric that gets off on conflict. The Eric that wants to, if he senses pressure, because I noticed that, like, if I'm going through something, he tries to poke and prod to like, I guess, make me explode or something or whatever. I handle things differently now. I'm like, okay, fuck it, right? You know what I mean? Like, I handle things a lot differently now.
I just don't get how he's poking and prodding when he will only talk to her through the app. The app that he knows is watched and can be used as evidence. Like, I can't imagine him doing the shit she's saying he is. Yeah, well, in the emails, did she send you screenshots of the time and stuff like that? Because, you know, she nearly got in an accident while I was messaging and like, yeah. Yeah, she did it all. He wouldn't have ever come to YouTube. He's not actually even come to YouTube. He sent me messages and like, sometimes he don't. He's saying at the moment he's not commenting. That's it. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Well, I don't think you should encourage her to fucking stay because you haven't heard half of it yet, Alex. And when you do, I don't think you'll have that frame of mind. I really don't.
But this person who's like yelling at the police station while I'm exchanging my child, talking about, oh, I'm just going to hear from my attorney. And when I said I'm going to, and he only ever says that when I mentioned my attorney first. You telling your attorney doesn't mean anything. She already knows. And I cannot there aren't any real repercussions for what? Traffic and an event. And he knows there was a concert right there on that same street because it's reroutes all around that police station right now for that concert. Anywhere, any direction you're coming from to get on that street, you're going to get rerouted. That's exactly what happened. Not to mention the accidents and shit and the reroutes that happened on my way there. But I don't want it to ever be confused as to why when he said what he said about the fucking ultrasounds for Mother's Day, I don't want it to be confused as to why that disgusted me. Because I knew it was fake. Because this person, because he's more conflict oriented than he ever is resolution oriented, which is why there needs to be an actual resolution involved. And I don't know what needs to happen.
Right, so that sounds like he was like trying to gift or something for Mother's Day. Maybe making a gift out of an ultrasound, but that was the olive branch. He was trying to recognise her as a mother. She's not bothered what the courts think because she wants to sign him over. She's been saying it continuously for 2 days now. Yep, she talks about that. That's not happening with her though.
But I'm cool. Okay, you guys, my food's gonna be here pretty soon. So I'm gonna make sure I get it or whatever. I'll bring my food up here and chill with y'all or whatever. I'm hungry, I'm exhausted, I'm tired. It took me I got in my car 5:10, 5:15. I got there at fucking 7:15, bitch. And then here I am home. I just got home. Literally, I went live. I came up here and I fucking just went live, everything. Fucking 40 minutes ago, and what was that? Fucking 8:40, bro. 8:30, 8:40, bro. Dude, took me over an hour to fucking get home. I'm exhausted. Literally the definition of insanity. It is the definition of insanity. It is a definition of insanity. But I'm not going to post my child anymore.
So if it's 8:30, 8:40, and it took her an hour to get home, that means she turned up at 7:30, 7:40. The collection time's 6. And she said, she was in an hour and a half of traffic. Well, if that's the case, that means she set off at the time she should have already been there. This is the day after not turning up for him at all. Hi, Lisa Pyro. Callie's been on here talking shit about her baby daddy for months. Yep, nearly a year. She can't put that same effort into a child. All she wants to do is be a victim. I regret supporting her in the past. Well, I think we all have them regrets sometimes. At what point? Nothing's escalated. So what point? I don't get it, but yeah, I don't get that. Please explain. I'm stupid. Well, she's saying the time then were 8:30, 8:40. She came in and went live, and it took her an hour. So that means 7:30, 7:40. She got there, and she said it took her an hour and a half to get there. So the ex had been waiting for an hour and a half, and in that time, she's texting whilst driving with his child in the car, and she nearly gets into an accident. Yeah, Alex needs to hear some of it, and yeah, please don't let me down, Alex. Don't be a dick and fucking stand by this woman when she's saying this shit, please.
Because there's some shit, and everything's really coming to a head, and we're also getting to a pretty serious point in the case right now. And I'm trying not to say too much, but shit's about to get a little bit real. Anyway, so it's like with all of that happening, right now actually would be the time to mention something as far as the conflict. But now, even though there's ways to mitigate it, especially in court, doesn't mean it'll actually happen. Because once again, my ex would have to comply. But he's Mr. I have no problems. I'm perfect. I'm dad of the year. She's crazy type shit. And we all know, I mean, whatever. If I was really that crazy, I wouldn't have the consecutive overnights with my baby. I think that I have exhausted that point. But we're dealing with someone who's just impossible. And what's really sad is it's sad for my son, because with my ex not having, he lacks it's not even empathy, which we know empathy is a thing, but like his inability to not want conflict is a concern. Like, kids need your patience. Kids need understanding and nurturing. And my ex knows this. He just cares about control. And I do feel like because he can't control me or whatever anymore, and I just kind of fucked off, I just live my life, he's going to try to control that kid. He may give that baby all kinds of hell, honestly, because he's done a good job of it so far. My child loves me regardless of how you try to spin it. But I know my ex hates to see it.
And your child loves your ex. He's with him all the time. He's his constant. You don't like to see that. You can't handle that. You can't handle the fact that you're having to be accountable in the courts and to your ex. You've lost the power. If you haven't got the power, you're not interested. Well, we're only 50 minutes in. I'm trying to think that. I could go on for longer. I'd need a 5-minute break, but I could keep going if you want, or I can go tomorrow. Let me know what you think's best. But I could keep going. I just need a 5-minute break. I need to get a drink and stuff. Yeah, she didn't, like, Kai testified that the baby was just left to his own devices in a bouncer. She was on Facebook trying to get a bouncer for an 18+ month old child because he was too big for his, and he had a bald spot on the back of his head because he was always in one. Like, yeah. Yeah, if you don't mind me having a 5-minute break, I can carry on because I feel like it needs to be gone over. Yeah? Right, everyone, go get your drinks, go have your pisses. 5 minutes, what can I put on? 1 second. I don't know what to do. I have nothing set up ready or anything. I've not done this in so long, I forgot everything. No, I'll just press stop.
Perpetual victim with an abusive nature, feeling so stuck, they tear like paper. Can't let anything go, no. Cries like a bitch, this we know, no. Won't let anything go, no. Cries if his mother's called a ho. Let's take a second to pray for his mom. He said 5 years ago that she was terminal. Isn't it true that we're all actually dying? Gigi, don't be a bitch, boy, just stop your earth and lying. It's your mom's son, it's your mom's son, it's your mom's son. It's your mom's son. That's your mom's son. Gigi's bullshit is coming to the surface. More people that never know that he's just effing worthless. Perpetual victim with an abusive nature, feeling so soft, they tear like paper. Can't let anything go, no. Cries like a bitch, this we know, no. Won't let anything go, no. Cries if his mother's called a ho. Let's take a second to pray for his mom. He said 5 years ago that she was terminal. Isn't it true that we're all actually dying? Gigi, don't be a bitch, boy, just stop your earth and lying. It's your mom's son, it's your mom's son, it's your mom's son. It's your mom's son, it's your mom's son. It's your mom's son, that's your mom's son. Isn't it true that we're all actually dying? Gigi, don't be a bitch, boy. You come back to reality. All you do is talk about kids, expecting us mothers to not slip our lids, gaslighting women until close to tears, a pattern of behavior exhibited for years. Just because you're hurt and alone, it doesn't equate to the law seeing it and condone.
Hello. Sorry, I was a bit late back, but not too late, I hope. Oh, I didn't know I had comments. I'm glad you didn't mind me having a little break. Let's keep going then, eh? Let's keep going. We have to get through it together. I am Hellfire. Thanks for being here. I didn't even go for a wee. I'm like, oh crap, I should have gone for a piss, but I didn't. So, yeah, I need to think of something better for my break. Let's crack on, eh?
And he's done nothing but try to draw a wedge between it. I think he's jealous of the bond I have with my baby. I assume that he's well bonded with the baby, but I'm not really sure. The caretakers see the baby more than even he does. Okay, you guys, my food's here. So, I'll be back up. Now, don't I? For me, and also, like, I hope I'm not lagging. I fucking need my phone to answer Uber now, don't I? So I didn't want y'all to hear a whole bunch of shit in the background when I did that. Sometimes my phone goes off, sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, okay. Thank you, Maxed Out. Thank you. I love you guys, okay? And we have gone through a lot of things together, okay? And I have been wary about mentioning certain things, and I try to laugh it off as much as I can because it is that stupid. It's that dumb. But it gets to a point where, because remember, like with me almost getting into an accident today, and then him texting me the way he does to try to provoke an argument, and then try to twist it and say, "Oh, now you're texting while driving with the baby," and it's like, dude, my phone connects to my man's car. Like the fuck, like we just want you safe and well. I am safe and well.
But she said that every time a map change, you know, like the sat nav, that she was screenshotting it and sending it to him and her own attorney. But even with her own story, she didn't set off till the time he should have already been there and then got stuck in all the traffic after not having him the day before when she was supposed to.
As long as I don't deal with my ex. Let's just keep it 1,000. I'm safe and well as long as I continue to not be around him, not communicate with him, and just move on with my life. You know, I love my son, but I think that, I mean, to be honest, my grandmother and my mom kept me away from my dad for years. And I didn't reunite with my dad until I was like, what, 13? It happens. It happens. You know? And if Puppy gets older and never really wonders where his actual birth mother is, his biological mom, I'm here.
And that shows you how far in the future she's looking. Like she's ready to give it up. Not it as in the child, motherhood. It's too much hard work.
But I'm not going to keep participating in a dynamic that's only destructive and designed to be destructive, because destruction and conflict is the only thing that my ex is focused on. It's disrespectful to both me and my child. And I would rather continue to move on with my life and do better with my life and continue setting my life up and doing everything like I have been, or whatever. I don't know what's going to happen with this case either. Shit's getting a little bit real. I'm not too stressed about it because, I mean, my life has only gotten better. You know what I mean? I'm not like in a bad spot or anything like that. If anything, my life is constantly increasing. And my only concern is if this case continues to keep going.
And yeah, and she talks about how she has broke the generational cycle, but she's joined in on it. She went and lived with her dad because her mum was mental. And the same thing's happening with her child. How's that the cycle broken? Yeah, it's all about her. It is all about her. And that's why the best thing is for her not to have the child. It really is.
I don't really want to get married and have this case still be open because I really don't want my ex having access to my man. You know what I mean? But If the cookie crumbles that way, it crumbles that way. But my plans, my life isn't stopping.
She's determined to get rid of a kid before she gets married. She ain't stopping her dreams for no one, no child. Yep, we're hearing this.
But I am safe and I am well as long as I am far away from my ex. And it's like almost getting into an accident. So what if I had gotten into another accident? What was my ex going to do? Crash out? And then I did have my child in the car. So what if I got into an accident, something happened to me or whatever, God forbid anything happened to the baby, he would just spin it and say, oh, she's in an accident because she's a terrible mom. You know what I mean? He would spin it. And it's like almost getting into an accident. So what if I had gotten into another accident? What was my ex going to do? Crash out? And then I did have my child in the car. So what if I got into an accident, something happened to me or whatever, God forbid anything happened to the baby, he would just spin it and say, oh, she's in an accident because she's a terrible mom.
God forbid anything happened to me and the baby. Oh, yeah. That's why she can't have a baby, because she's planning a wedding. There's something going on because she's willing to sign her rights over so that her ex won't take criminal action on her. And the criminal action she's alleging he's threatening to take doesn't make sense. Endangerment of a child does, though. But we'll have to keep going to see it. I know, crazy cat lady. And it gets worse. It's bad. It's fucking awful.
You know what I mean? He would spin it. And even though I know that looks and sounds crazy, he doesn't care. Logic and understanding has gone out the window. So as of right now, I'm cool. And I'm just not going to post my baby. Like, to be honest, like, this is probably one of those things where a real resolution, a real patch forward or whatever, it probably won't happen for years. You know what I mean? I think I've always thought that this is something that my baby is going to have to understand as he gets older. But I also don't know how healthy it is to keep subjecting myself to a dynamic that I know is destructive. And I'm dealing with a person who's only interested in conflict and twisting things because he feels power in this case. Because it's the only little thing he has to feel like a relevant person. And it's sad, it's obvious.
The only little thing he has, her son, her only son, her only child, her firstborn. The only little thing she has. Oh. He is trying to co-parent. He is taking all the court's rulings to a T. He is playing the game. I don't care. He might be playing a game, but he's playing it right. He's not doing it wrong. Yeah. You're gonna say she's desperate to sign him over in exchange for not, because she's going, it'll only drag it out if you drop criminal charges on me.
He's more focused on what I have going on over here than he is my baby, and that can actually be proven. And how my child's been doing, but not to mention like how much shit has he started with the kid over there. I mean, like I said, I don't know how this man was able to claim he's feeding Puppet, caring for Puppet, but yet he's texting and emailing. Like, he was emailing the drama channels, you guys. So like, he wasn't even calling in. He would literally email back and forth. Not even.
I don't. Right. I've talked to the baby's dad on the phone once. He was outside the house having a smoke while his son was having a nap. And he said he was on a strict time because he wanted to make sure he was back in before the child woke up. He was outside the child's window. You know, he was having a smoke outside, and what? The child was asleep. But that's it. That's the only time I talked to him one time. And he works full time and has his child full time. Because you are not reliable. You cannot count on the days you're actually having him, because you might not show up. It's ridiculous. The things you're saying are ridiculous.
Text. He was emailing them relentlessly. Both of them. Not even text. is a longer format than even a text message. But I think in regards to my son, as sad and as true as it is, there's not going to be any real resolve, I don't think. And because I am where I am, I would rather move on with my life in peace and be well, and just like, suggest what I have to suggest, because I don't know what's going to happen. But if he tries to even fight that, it's just not worth, because I'm dealing with someone who just wants to fight.
And we get to it, but the meat and potatoes is the suggestion is she signs all her rights. There's no child support, and he doesn't put criminal charges on her. That's my guess with listening to everything she's had to say. She claimed, she's been in college apparently, but she kept forgetting, like, she was going live on the day she was meant to be there and stuff. And she said, "Yeah, I've got it. I'll let you know when I got my license." Court said that her time would possibly be getting reduced because she doesn't have the means to take care of her son. So take that with a pinch of salt.
Like, I'm dealing with someone who's just like relentless in this bullshit. And it's not even funny. Like, he's just a loser. I love my son, but I'm not gonna keep subjecting myself to this dynamic just for the sake of my son. That's like saying,
I love my son, but I'm not going to subject myself to this dynamic just for the sake of my son. Do I need to make a comment on that at all?
like, that's like stay together for the kids type shit. Because even though I'm not with my ex, I'm still exposing myself to someone who's honestly a danger to me. Like, you know what I mean? Hey. Timu Pam Anderson. And what I probably should have done is just keep that goddamn restraining order on him when I had it. Because it's been bullshit ever since. Maybe I could probably still get one.
He couldn't keep the restraining order on him because she wouldn't show up to court. And then he told her, "I want you to show up to court. I want you to perjure yourself. And I have got the evidence here. You are lying. And we're ready to come back at you." So she didn't show up. She'd fabricated video evidence. She'd cut and spliced a video and entered that into evidence court. If she'd have showed up, she'd have been held in contempt for perjury for showing that video.
Like, honestly, maybe I could just get a restraining order on him and just say, "Hey, I don't want anything to do with him. I'm cool. And just fuck off for the 2 years or whatever." I could do that. Because I'm just... And I know that when you have a restraining order on somebody, like, you can't, like, mention them or talk about them. So I could, like, delete all my little streams or whatever where I mention them in passing or whatever. But it's just getting to a point now where
she mentions him in passing. No, you've streamed and streamed and streamed. You've talked about assaults that he's gone through. You've talked about everything you can. You've made things up. You've brought every bit of it to the internet. You've not done anything in passing. You've been very baby daddy focused in a lot of your streams. That's what got you any attention again.
I'm beyond through, and I'm not going to keep risking myself or my mental health or my physical health, really. Because when you're in those heavy traffic situations and when you're in, like, that shit's tense, bro. And then I'm worried about my baby. You know what I mean? I got to make sure puppy don't need diaper change with it. And you know what I'm saying? Or if you want a snack or something. Like, there's already enough on my mind. I'm dealing with that. That's a good idea. Then someone else can communicate with you about drop-offs and schedule. Yeah, self-preservation. Yeah. The only thing is, my dad's done. My dad's done. My dad, like, that's the big part of the problem. My people are fucking through with him. Like, because all my people are fucking disgusted for the obvious reasons. So a personal liaison, I don't know who that'd be. And my man is still waiting on his schedule or whatever. It's still processing and everything. I was just about to say that, similar to what Haley Bailey has done with DDG, can't mention each other with a baby. But Haley has the baby, right? Or does DDG still have the baby? Because DDG had gotten temporary custody from Haley, dude. But she got the baby back, right? God. Y'all were cute in those pool photos. Thank you, babe. She got the baby. Okay. Twins, too. Didn't he keep the baby from her? And I just caught up on Wizard Liz. I think that her situation might be in the country. But this shit is just it's too crazy. But yeah, maybe I need a restraining order or something. But the thing about it is, the only thing is, if I get a restraining order, it'll be connected to this case and they'll just throw it out. Because I had suggested an order of protection last year and they just threw it out. Because it will connect to the open case.
They threw it out because it was ludicrous and they could see you went online and said, if I get an order of protection, I can include the baby and then it'll better for her in the case. And, yeah. They knocked her back because it was ludicrous. And Callie has come on stream and admitted that when he came to help her in Massachusetts to collect all the things when she dumped it all in Skip, she slapped him across the face because she said he compared her to one of his ex-bitches. Now, I have seen with my eyes, you can believe me or not, I have seen evidence of Callie abusing the baby's dad with the child in his arms, and it was in October, the year he was born. So yeah, he's the one who needs a restraining order, definitely.
But I'm sure if my aunt's aware of everything.
They do use parenting apps. That's why I know, when she said he's crashing out, he's not on the apps at all. He knows they're being watched. He has the pick-up point at a police station to be watched. But yeah, he will only communicate with her on the app. She doesn't like that. But she has to because he won't respond to her any other way. Because he's doing what he's ordered to do.
That's why sometimes if you do get an order of protection, it's good to go separate. That's why sometimes if you do get an order of protection, it's good to go separate.
He was comparing her to Chantel before. Yeah, it's not the only burp she does either.
I should have protected myself and my son a long time ago. And I should have never given him a chance to do anything. And unfortunately, I've learned a lot of lessons the hard way. But I'm okay with taking that L. I'm okay with taking all the L's, actually. I'm okay with taking that L because look at where the lessons led me. I would have never recognized my man for who he is and how he is if I hadn't had to learn these. Problem is giving my ex access to my child and trying to work with him and like how I used to, you know what I mean? It's only cost me. And now it's at a point where exposing myself to him because he wants to fight. He just wants to fight. And I think we can all agree that he's become increasingly hostile. I would say he's become increasingly hostile over the years. And just because I recognize the patterns doesn't mean anything. But and you guys know how I am when serious shit happens. Anytime anything serious, now granted, I'm happy I didn't get into no goddamn car accident. I'm happy that I got back fine. My man's car is amazing. That's why I'm having him sign it over to me instead of taking me to the dealership. Because that fucking car is a motherfucker, man. That fucking car, boy. I love his vehicle. I swear I do. That bitch is safe. And he's
Has she been saying that she loves her son this much? She said she was going to get his house and now she's getting his car. The crazy cat lady, you're very right there. She knows she's losing it. She knows she's been too many strikes again. She was already warned that what she has now was probably going to decrease. She weren't going to get any extra. Now, she made a big fuss about Easter and stuff like that. That she was getting extra then, but that's just normal. Holidays are usually split. May have it one year and then not the next, or split the holiday up. But that's normal. She was told it was looking like she was going to have a time decreased. And the more it goes down, the more she has to pay in child support as well. So, and then all the incidents. She knows she's on the back foot and she's trying to get ahead of it.
also got the warning thingies whenever something gets too close to you or whatever. So even if something gets close or whatever, the alarms will go off and shift the car and all that shit. You say I have always thought dude should be in jail once we heard about him living threatening your life and mentioned getting his guns back. Yes, that's where he belongs, and it's my fault because remember I dropped the charges. So just like Liz, like that's where Liz and I are similar. The back and forth, he had her arrested, then he had a order of protection on her. Then he's like, oh, when you go see the baby? And then her having an order of protection will affect her getting sold anyway because it's on her record. But I don't know if she had that shit cleared off but then she went overseas, right, because of her visa. And if she would have stayed in America and had the visa expire, she could have been banned. Fucked all the way up. And then I think she had him arrested. Shit, man. Saying that, I've not been, I know, and I know I laugh, but you can't play a game with someone who doesn't participate. And it's sad that my ex thinks that my child is a game and a pawn in a game towards me. But kids feel that, they see that, they know that. So you can't play.
Yeah, it's BS because what happened is she had him arrested. She submitted evidence that was falsified and he could prove it. She kept not showing up to court. And then he told her, if you do show up, we're going to charge you with perjury. Like, his lawyer was ready to use the false evidence. So she didn't show up. And then she started immediately letting him see the child again. She'd withheld him for a long time. She'd done that. And then when he got him back, she was like, right, your turn. Tag your it. And left him for 3 months.
A game with someone who refuses to participate. And I'm tired of him and his power ego trips whatever the rush that he gets off of the conflict, I'm tired of that because that fuels him. Even when I don't really give much back. Like even today, I said I refuse to argue, and his response was, "Stop texting while the baby's in the car." And I'm like, I do speak because whatever, but I said I refuse to argue because I know how he is. And then he starts.
Is that not reasonable? She's driving in the car, sending screenshots, which you can't do over voice. And you're saying, stop texting while you got my kid in car, please.
Mentioning his attorney, I'm like, you only said that because I mentioned mine, but I actually need to contact mine. I'm the one that's running late.
He's pissed he mentioned his attorney because she mentioned her attorney. Well, only she needs to contact her. He doesn't need to contact his.
I'm the one that's in unpredictable traffic. And yes, that's going to happen because I'm in the city. And he knows that. That's why he doesn't want the station closer to me because he'd be in the same boat. But he gets off on the conflict. And I think he gets thirsty because he thinks that conflict will give him more leverage. I don't care about any of that. I just care about my baby. But he knows I care about my son, though. And that's what's being abused here. I can't even love my son or care about him or try to be there for him.
And this is where I could be a dick and like skip past it now and cut it there. Right? Just kind of take it back a little bit, but it's not exactly fucking good, is it?
Son, though. And that's what's being abused here. I can't even love my son or care about him or try to be there for him without my ex trying to make it some type of power trip. And I'm tired of being constantly, this is abuse. I mean, I'm tired of being constantly demonized and in the throes of conflict, even if I don't want it, because I love my baby. He wants to punish me for loving my child.
Straw man. No. You just said that like he was trying to give you a Mother's Day gift and stuff, and when you couldn't have him Wednesday, he let you have him Thursday. Like, you're letting us know that he's not that bad, and he's giving you allowances, and it's nothing to do with that you love his son. I think he'd prefer the mother of the child to be a constant and dependable figure. I don't think anyone wishes the child to be motherless unless very much needed.
Keep the faith that he's just an ass, that just feeding on any type of emotion you show. It hurts me for my son because he's going to grow up with that. And that ain't easy on kids. We all know how it is to have those super controlling, strict, like abusive parents. We know how that is. It's hard.
You can't claim he's these things and then willingly leave your child with him over and over again. Faye says it all, and yeah, she got 2 different lashes on. One's more curly than the other, and the wonky.
Like, most people don't make it out. And also, hey, Fallen Scorpio girl, I'll text you, baby. I'll call you. Y'all know she were my real life girls. I'll call you and catch up, but this shit is crazy. I'll show you the text, and you'll see. I already screenshot them all and sent them to mine, so I have the text in my phone. But he's crazy. And he just latches on any type of anything. But I don't think I'm going to post my child. And I love you guys. Like, and I was looking forward to celebrating his birthday, you know, but my ex knows all this. He knows that he knows that I care about my son. But he gets off more on trying to paint the narratives and the conflict. So because that's more value than the truth, I'm cool. Also, I mean it when I say that women don't have to deal with this. Because dealing with a person like this is so draining. And it's like, you know, it's one thing to heal from the relationship and move on, you know, because these relationships are traumatic as fuck. I mean, this is traumatic. I mean, let's just be honest. Like, nobody really wants this for their lives, let alone their small baby's life. That's barely a toddler. Nobody really wants this shit for their kids. And if you want this shit for your kids, you're a sick ass. But I would like to trust that a lot of women don't want this for their kids. But unfortunately, I mean, how often, bro, I swear, it just made news the other day that a woman was shot and killed in exchange with her child's father. The guy shot her, killed her, tried to take off with the baby, but he was arrested like right up the street. This happened like some months ago. Shortly before the holidays, I think. Constantly exposing yourself to men and people like this is only damaging to you. And
I'm sure he has that intention when he will only meet up with you at a police station. And yeah, it's 22 minutes away now. It used to be an hour or so, you said. Like, if you're in a big city and, like, it's that built up, do you not have, like, undergrounds or, like, public transport that's reliable and that? Like, buses have lanes so they don't get stuck in traffic, undergrounds don't get stuck in... Like, you could just do that to make sure you're on time, or set off earlier, maybe take him somewhere to eat near your pick-up point, drop-off point, so that you're nice and early, because you don't want to mess up in front of the court. But that's too hard.
Endangering to you. And if you know what you're dealing with, you don't have to deal with it. Thank y'all. Thank y'all, mods. Thank y'all. And the thing is, I still have rights. And I still have, my schedule and everything. And I think my ex is trying to infringe upon my rights yet and still. I don't think he understands. I really don't think he understands what somebody, like, maintaining the rights over their child really entails. And it's like, you can infringe upon them and I can have documentation of that. Upon them and maintaining the rights over their child really entails. And it's like, you can infringe upon them and I can have maintaining the rights over their child really entails. And it's like, you can infringe upon them and I can have documentation of that.
She's saying she's signing the kid over to him and she still has rights and he can infringe on that. But she's saying that, like, she's tapping out of a child. Hi, Scorpion Poison. Yep, it's all about her. And I think that's why it's a good choice to sign her rights away like she's suggested.
But, yeah. The only thing that would have to really stop my rights to my son is me. I would have to verbally and like, sign him papers to relinquish my rights to my kid. To completely check out. I hold that power. Nothing and no one else. I think that he wanted me to miss my baby's birthday anyway. I think that he just wants me out of the kid's life, period. But I also love my child enough to not keep subjecting myself to this dynamic. And mommy will always be here in some way, shape, or form. But I love my baby. And I'm sorry that I brought him into this. I'm really sorry I brought him into this world like this. Because it wasn't right. I'm not.
Right. This is a triggering point. Because she said it's not to do with abortion, but then reiterates it. So, yeah. Let's tell me what you deduce from what she's saying here anyway. See if I'm wrong.
Love my baby. And I'm sorry that I brought him into this. I'm really sorry I brought him into this world like this. Because it wasn't right. I'm not, trying to talk about like abortion or anything, but I just really wish I would have known. And I really wish I hadn't been so stupid and giving my ex all these chances because it only hurt my baby. If I would have known, I would have probably not had that child, to be honest. My ex doesn't deserve children, let alone, and like he can't, he's not someone healthy to be around. I think he needs.
I wouldn't have had that child. Right, there's one thing giving up your rights to him, Callie, but wishing him not exist to have one over on your ex is disgusting. Shame on you. Seriously, shame on you for that. I won't even for a second justify you saying that in any way, shape, or form.
And so stupid and giving my ex all these chances because it only hurt my baby. If I would have known, I would have probably not had that child, to be honest. My ex doesn't deserve children, let alone, and like he can't, he's not someone healthy to be around. I think he needs fucking like isolation or something. but it's not worth the labor. It definitely.
But you left your child with him. Yeah, a court has been observing you both and deems him the fitter parent. He needs the isolation. Okay.
It was not worth the labor. That's another reason why I had him keep them damn ultrasound pictures. I don't like being reminded of it sometimes. And when I packed up, it definitely was not worth the labor. That's another reason why I had him, but it's not worth the labor. It definitely was not worth the labor. That's another reason why I had him keep them damn ultrasound pictures. I don't like being reminded of it sometimes. And when I packed up and I left, even when I was over there, even when I was with him, I was uploading everything about my baby to the cloud. Like, that's why I don't even have a what is it? You know, like how I was making like a little memoir.
This is well sad, isn't it? She don't like being reminded of becoming a mother. He deserves better than you, Callie, but at least it seems like you're prepared to admit that and do something.
Book or whatever, I stopped because it started becoming sad. And I'm not going to depress myself.
I'm not going to depress myself. Like, this is it's a little baby. Say it, Callie.
And I thank God that I was able to get away from him. That I'm blessed about. I will always be grateful that I was able to get away, start anew, and be right here. But even this life is more valuable than that shit. Because I worked hard for this. I went through hell. I went through a lot of uncertainty to be where I am right now.
This life's a lot better than that shit. That shit is your fucking child, your firstborn child.
And to have been blessed with the type of life that I live, and to have, you know, like I said, I can restore this home, and to have the type of man I have now, and to have healed my family the way I did. It's the worst comes. If the worst comes and you don't have him on his birthday, you can always celebrate his birthday. You can make videos singing to him for him, or watch when he's older. Yeah, to watch when he's older. Yeah. Yeah. But at this point, I just kind of feel like telling my ex, like, he got what he wanted, just leave me alone. Seriously. Seriously. And I know our attorneys will handle it. The thing is, our attorneys are probably just going to argue, and it's not going to really come to much resolve. I'm going to suggest something, but I don't know if it's going to happen, and I'm just done. I'm honestly just done. I thank God that I didn't get into an actual accident, even with traffic being as annoying as it was. But I don't know. At this point, I don't know what.
Am I totally off track? Like, do you not think there's more to this possible accident scenario than she's letting on to? Now, when I said like endangerment of her child, I think she was texting and nearly caused an accident. Yeah, she said she was rerouted and she had to turn quick, and that's when she nearly had the accident. She also said every time it rerouted her, she was screenshotting. Now, if the police look into that, they could match the times up to when she was screenshotting and sharing them. I don't know, I might be off pace here, but something doesn't ring true here.
I'm going to see my baby again. I don't know if it being as annoying as it was. But I don't know. At this point, I don't know when I'm going to see my baby again. I might not see him again for a long time. So, like, longer than 3 months. But this is sad. And as my child gets older, it's like I don't even know if I have it in me to keep subjecting myself, because it's unfair to me and my baby. Like, I'm already in really intense traffic. I don't need to be blown up with conflict because he's getting off on me having a slight disadvantage or inconvenience. It's like every time he gets a hint of me having any hint of disadvantage or inconvenience, he gets off on it. It fuels him to try to like trigger me more. And it's like, sir, I don't deserve that.
My ex has me waiting somewhere an hour and a half and texting erratically while I was driving with my child. I'm going to have things to say. I'm not going to be happy. I bet he was more subdued than I'd be in that situation, or how she would be in that situation if the roles were reversed. She's not got the power. That is the problem here.
Like, you're trying to stress me with the baby in the car. Now, we thank God for speak text and hands-free and all that, you know, beautiful technology shit. But the fact that you get off, like, you're this thirsty for conflict is sick. Like, he's a sick ass. I'm tempted to also delete everything about my son off my social media. And I know I've got some really sweet moments. I just posted him. I just posted him today. You know, just doing our Starbucks and stuff. And everything, as always. But we know my ex and his sick ass people watch my channel. If they're checking over here to see how I'm doing with the baby, y'all don't want me in that kid's life. Y'all don't really care. Y'all just are keeping eyes for him. My life now is more about where I'm headed. And yeah, I did a lot of this. Almost everything I do is for my son, including trying not to fight this fucking idiot. But I can't keep being faced with someone who's always wanting to fight, even if I don't, because it's like the definition of insanity. It is. It's like running into a brick wall. If you do delete them, just keep them. I already have the shit in the cloud. I still put everything in the cloud. The situation does suck, but just think back the happy moments of you being with him. Yeah. Yeah. But this is worth me being left alone. Like, and then subjecting my baby to the dynamic. It's like, because it's like, I think about it too. It's like, well, if I know that my ex is going to argue.
This is worth me being left alone. Abandoning a child is worth her being left alone, right? Bear in mind, this man only communicates with her through the parenting app. He accommodates her ongoing need for changes of schedules and that. He can be better. He can say, no, you missed it. Bollocks here. But he doesn't.
And I know that he's going to raise his voice at the like, and I know all these things. Like when he texted me, I'm like, I refuse to argue with you. I know he's trying to argue with me. Like, I know, right? That's still participation. There are more and more and more women giving these men the kids and running free while the man complains in the end. You got to live too. And I already have been. And my ex does complain. And thank you, Maxed Out. Thank you so much. And Mobile, LMAO. Hey, girl. Hey, Danny. It's okay. And yeah, dude, that's why I watch the type of content I watch with you guys. One, yeah, I'm doing it to educate the platform. But two, I'm doing it because a part of me is also shook. Because y'all know I've dealt with that too. Like him messaging drama channels and shit with the kid over there. You really had to bitch to a drama channel about me going to California and you already knew about it?
Because you did it on your kid's time. It was your time to have your kid and you didn't have him. But, like, you know, he accommodated that as well. So one sec.
I've dealt with that too. Like him messaging drama channels and shit with the kid over there. You really had to.
Messaging drama. Right. My experience with messaging the baby dad. Sorry, one second. Sorry about that. Yeah, lost my train of thought now. Cheers, dickhead. Yeah, let me go back a sec. Sorry about that.
Bitch to a drama like two. I'm doing it because a part of me is also shook.
Yeah, messaging drama channels like while the kids there. It doesn't take long. In my experience with messaging the baby's father is that like you don't message back straight away, and there's usually like half hour, an hour if you're currently talking to him. And other than that, it can be days, it can be weeks. Like, he's not using his time with his kid to be messaging drama channels. And you spend your entire day online, so you really have no room to speak at all.
Because y'all know I've dealt with that too. Like him messaging drama channels and shit with the kid over there. You really had to bitch to a drama channel about me going to California and you already knew about it? And you're just trying to spin it? And it was already like agreed. Ooh, that's what's annoying. Like the reschedule when I went to California was already agreed upon. I think before I left. I'm not sure of the actual date, but whatever. I just had dinner. Did I miss anything? Oh no, honey, you're good. I'm just venting still. I'm just venting still. But my love for you guys, y'all have been with me through so much. But I don't think loving my son should be this fucking hard or painful. Like if it's gonna cost anything that's cost you your peace is not worth it. If me loving my son is gonna always be punished.
Anything that costs you peace isn't worth it. Sorry, child is worth it. Sorry, you can't say that. It's not all about you. And I can't believe you're planning on another child at the minute. I can't believe how big one eyelash is to the other.
And infringed upon and weaponized and lied on and manipulated. It's not worth it. Because it's not the truth. It's not the truth. But my ex having whatever problems he has, his problems are not my responsibility. And I don't know why he keeps trying to make it my problem. He's trying to make his problems my problem. That's all this ever has been. I'm gonna get my angle sharp. I love my baby. I do. Everything I've done is for that baby. And I would say that I have successfully paved a better road for myself. Like successfully. But I'm tired. Like, mind you, this is the same person who said that, oh, he refuses to get attorneys involved. Remember, I told y'all that was bullshit. Even though I know he only mentioned his attorney probably because I mentioned my aunt, but I have to. I have to tell her because she knows. Plus, if I run late or anything, if anything were to come up or whatever, she has to know. Like, every time I interact with him, I tell her everything. I have to. She can't be in the dark.
So does his attorney. He needs to know, like, end of the day, you're in a period under the court supervision where they're establishing and evaluating both of your parenting abilities. Who's consistent, who is keeping to the book. You don't want to, you know, you don't like it, you're answering to people, you're doing stuff like you don't want to be doing. You want that lifted over you. And you're done, and I get it. You're done. Be done. Let your child heal. He's young enough.
How's she gonna defend me or like represent me? But that's also getting tiresome too. I'm not gonna lie. That's my family. And even though I know she's had my back in this, and even though I know it's not fair, because like my ex looks her in the face and she knows exactly who he is. Like, everybody knows how unhappy I was. And he had this really sick delusion that he was like the best guy that happened to me, or like the best thing that ever happened to me, or some fuck shit. And I always told him that's not the case. I mean, I went and met a man 10 times better. You know what I mean? Engaged to a man who's 10 times better in every single way. My ex is the biggest lesson I've had to learn.
Yeah, she's live now with a man talking about another woman who's lost a child. Hi, it's me too. Yeah, she's worried about him knowing stuff. Definitely. Yeah, she's in bright yellow top and a white and yellow skirt, and she looks unhinged. Her fella's off to one side. This is more interesting for sure.
And most people, especially men, they don't act like this. Even the ones who do have power and control and like toxic issues, they don't do all this bullshit. They just don't. But yeah, y'all, I'm like, I want some serious change to happen, but I think unfortunately he's been so enabled that it doesn't matter. And unfortunately, like, even with me not wanting soul, like, you guys see this, how this is playing out, right? Like, even, like, this is what's crazy. This is going to sound repetitive. Even with me not wanting soul, even with me having I have a very basic schedule with my baby. Even that is problems. Like, remember Christmas? Remember when I got the extended Christmas, right? Like, even the Guardian was like, what the fuck, right? Remember Eric wanted me to pick my baby up at like, what was it? 10 a.m. on Christmas and return the baby at 8 on Christmas or some shit, or at 6, like, and everybody looked at him like, what the fuck? No. She'll bring the baby back Monday. Remember when I mentioned that to you guys? You don't want your son to have Christmas with his mom?
That's quite typical from what I see in like US courts and with custody stuff. A parent will have him on Christmas Eve and drop him off in the morning to the other parent. The other parent will have the day, and then often the other parent will pick them back up if it's the scheduled time. It's not unnormal. Like, what you're like, oh, he don't want his mum to have all of Christmas. Well, you don't want his dad to have all of Christmas. Like, it's tit for tat there, isn't it? That's why courts are involved.
Just like the birthday thing. I think I should get every single birthday. And like the guy, like look, like, y'all are gonna have to like split it or whatever. Like, what the fuck? Like, but that's the type of person I'm dealing with. And it's not worth it. Because my son's just gonna get older and see. And he may miss me. You know what I mean? And that might be devastating because he's gonna probably grow up thinking that he never had a mom. Who knows what my ex will say? You know what I mean? Who knows whatever my ex will say and what Kathy and them say.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Ah. Callie, what if you can't have another kid? You're a geriatric mother if you get pregnant now. What if you can't have another? Like, you're going to regret it, but you're not worthy of it either.
Already. But this is not worth it. And I would like serious change to happen, but if that change doesn't happen, then I need to do what I need to do for myself. My life has already come too far to where it's like teeter-tottering. Plus, if something happens to me, I'm planning a wedding. I'm house hunting. You know, I've done so much work on this house trying to preserve it for my family, for my future kids. I'm actively trying for another child. It's probably going to be any day now, in all honesty. And I just thank God that I have a supportive partner.
You're a fucking dickhead. You're a dickhead for it. Don't fucking do it. Don't do it. Horrible bitch. Sorry.
Who understands my needs and everything, especially after what I've learned during postpartum and everything. But my ex trying to formulate another argument, because I was just going to tell, I just told my aunt, because she has to know. And I was going to let her know if he started conflict, because he always does. And now that he has, bam, okay, cool, that's it. But him trying to spin it and say, oh, well, you being late is frequent or whatever. when I run late like this, it's something serious. And I've shown evidence of that. But ever since the new location, I've not been late. If anything, I've been a bit early. It's just him trying to grasp at straws. But especially if I run like an hour plus late, obviously I'm dealing with traffic. Especially if I text you I'm in the car at 5, but he knows this. He's just not worth dealing with. I think I just need to completely let this whole situation, let this man be dead to me and just move on completely and just wish the best for my son. I'm tired of even coming on here like this. Yeah, he's playing stupid. I love my baby. And the biggest mistake that I ever made was giving him the kind of father that he has. And I'll pay for that for the rest of my life. But it's not worth moving the pain closer when I've worked so hard to be away from it. And I'm also not interested in a repetition of cycles, because this year, even though it's moving differently, it's already June. This year is starting to feel so much more like last year all over again, only in different ways. And I'm not here for that either. I'm not here for that either. I'm exhausted. And I'm tired. And I and my son deserve better, but unfortunately, when it comes to my ex, we're just not gonna ever get better. We all know the co-parenting shit is dead. And I that's one thing. I am happy he did this to show that he, like, one thing I can always count on Eric to do is to be this person. Like, thank you. Because when I say that I don't accept olive branches and I am not interested in making peace or amends or accepting any fake gestures, it's this behavior. So I think it's safe to say that I'm not dealing with someone who's really interested in co-parenting, who's really interested in keeping both parents in puppy's life. But I knew I was never dealing with that. But I am happy that he did this. And I'm happy that I like, obviously had to have my own back by telling my aunt everything, but at the end of the day, that's my auntie, and that's my family. Nobody really has to deal with Eric and his fuck shit. Eric wanted to do this because he wanted some fucking perceived power. The only person really getting off on this is Eric, and the only person really hurting from this is my son. But if I'm dealing with someone who's gonna stop at nothing to keep me out of his life, I just thank God that I have a man that would never do this to me. And I thank God to have a man, like, for real. At least I have my second chance at life. I already have it. I'm living it. We all knew that the situation with puppy was going to go to shit anyway. It was never really a good situation. I've tried to make it the best I can.
She's got her second chance, and we all knew it was going to go to shit with puppy. Like, Callie, listen to your fucking self and get out.
And I try to give him as much peace and ease as I can when he comes over here. That's why I focus so hard on him having nice things and him, you know, being able to run around and taking him out and having him experience all different kinds of play places and museums and all the fun stuff that we do. Like, it's very important for me to give him that, to show him that there really is more to life. And this world is a very colorful world. But we all knew that in regards to my son and my ex, it was never really the best situation. And was it really responsible to even bring a child into the situation, knowing the red flags, despite hoping for something different? Probably not. Probably not. But I'm at a point where I really want to just be left alone. Like, and I don't have to deal with this shit. And I love my baby butt, but like, the damage is already done in so many ways. Even to my baby butt. The damage started last year. And he doesn't even care. In fact, I wonder if he gets off on that too, because my ex is really, 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 really toxic. I do the most that I can for my baby. But I'm tired of subjecting him to this bullshit dynamic. Because my ex is just going to keep fighting with me, yelling at me. This is never going to stop unless I stop it. So. And I have to stop it for real. And the only way to break a cycle is to respond differently. The only thing that I haven't done is just walk away completely. But I think I'm going to have to walk away completely. It's not worth it. My ex can give himself a stroke and a heart attack with stress. Not me. But I'm tired. And I always deserve better. And I always deserve more. My son deserves everything. He deserves the entire world. But he doesn't deserve this world that he's in right now. He deserves to have both parents in his life fairly. But if one parent is constantly focused on making it unfair, it will never be a fair world. And he's too young to learn that the world ain't fair. He's a baby. His childhood should just be happiness and color and exploration and freedom and peace. But he never had that. My child never had that. Because my ex has always been a problem. My ex has never stopped fighting me. Like, literally never stopped. And in this case, and then everything he did last year, and then all this. This is so disheartening. It's the truth. I'm finally getting on here and just being fucking brutally honest with it. I've never been this honest with you guys. Because it's the shit that I really try not to talk about, but I have to. Because I think some drastic things are about to happen.
So her ex has never stopped. It's never stopped. When she abandoned the child, he left it a week and he got in touch with her on the parenting app. He reached out and she ignored him again. And then got in touch with him the day after Mother's Day. It'd been months. He didn't talk to her in that time. He didn't give her any shit. He had his son. She wrote away. He was happy. It's not how she's making it out to be. Exactly. Oh, Daddy Dancy, another girl world baby is due. Oh, is that you, yeah? Let us know some details. This is bad. Flew Shumu high. Can't imagine publicly repeating over and over that being in my kid's life wasn't worth it. Obviously, she's going through some kind of break or issue, or I don't want to discourage her from the choice she's making at the moment, though. So there's that. Oh, cute. I hope everyone's doing well. Thank you for sticking it out with me. I know it's been a long stream. I know I'm not going to get through everything I wanted to, but I'll just have to come back, won't I? Nikki P Resurgence. I need a new name though. I can't be Wikipedia now because I don't know everything. You know, there's a lot of side stuff going on in that now that I'm just not aware of. So I'm not Wikipedia anymore. I don't know everything. We'll have to have a vote on what my new name is.
Because I know what I'm looking for, but if I don't get it, I have to walk away. I'm done. It's not worth my peace of mind. I've come too far. I live too good of a life. And I can't keep exposing myself to stress. I'm not about to be pregnant.
Sorry, it's not worth my peace of mind. It's not worth my peace. It's.
I'm done. It's not worth my peace of mind. I've come too far. I live too good of a life. And I can't keep exposing myself to stress. I'm not about to be pregnant again and dealing with Eric and the kid's not even his. This would be my man's child. This would be our future. I already was thinking about getting some kind of a liaison for when I am pregnant and married and all that. But I'm not subjecting any more kids to Eric. Puppy is enough. Because Eric destroys everything. Eric is destructive. He ruins.
No, he's not destroying your son. Your son is thriving. He's doing better with Eric than he did with you. Don't fucking hand your kid over to someone and then do this and say this. You're not fit. You're not up to it. You're too tired. That is fair enough. Admit that. Do what you need to do and move on. Do not disparage the man who you have entrusted your child with and who is his constant and main provider. Your new man should throw you in the skip with your pink stuff, because how the fuck you could procreate with a fucking woman who abandons a child? He's clearly a simp who doesn't care what she's actually doing and just believes every word she says.
Everything in sight. Literally. Look at his life. Literally. I've never been this honest with you guys because I never really wanted it to come to this. I pray things work out so you don't have to take drastic measures. I'm set, y'all. I've also not wanted to have this conversation with you guys because this is the exact emotional roller coaster that I've wanted to avoid bringing you guys on, because this is the real shit that I deal with on like an almost daily or at least a weekly basis. And because you guys have been there for me, and you guys were even there for me when the baby was gone, like, it's the fact that you guys are so sweet and understand. Like, I don't even understand how the fuck I've attracted such an amazing community, especially with all of life's ups and downs and things that I've gone through. I really don't understand how I have built such an amazing, supportive, loving community of girls who are just awesome. Because, and Austin, girls in Austin, and Justin. But I'll say it again. You guys don't understand how much it's meant to me, the fact that I have y'all. Like, I can trust you guys with anything. More than people in my real life, as we see. Even though I know I went through my little shade, and yeah, some drama channels piped up about me last year and all this. I don't, you guys know I don't rank the couple drama channels that piped up about me with my custody stuff nearly as bad as Mass, dude. That was just like shade and just people giving their fucking opinions and just spinning and stirring the tea as always. That was so basic level. I'm not mad at it. That's why I always said I didn't have smoke, but I was so afraid. I was so afraid to speak to y'all last year, but I had to.
Callie, you didn't have to. You coming to the internet did not achieve anything in your case, yeah? It antagonised the sole carer of your child. It didn't make a difference. It only got used against you. No one knew anything was going on until you brought it to the internet. You did not have to do that. You're lucky it hasn't affected you more. You really are.
And you all met me with no judgment. Those of y'all who are here, y'all met me with no judgment. Y'all met me with open arms, understanding, DMs as always, and have ridden with me through the entire thing, even with my baby. But this is not worth it to me anymore, you guys. And I've done a lot for my son. And he has a lot. He has everything he needs, more than everything. But it's not worth, because if I go through one more thing with traffic, or honestly, I don't even care what it is. I'm just done. I'm done. I'm saying I'm done. I've tried my best to give my baby the best life that he can have with me in it. I've tried to give my baby the best experiences that I can, but what I can't seem to protect him from is his father. That seems to be a very losing battle. And I can't protect him from the truth that
if he needed protecting from his father, you're under court supervision at the moment. His father's been deemed to be providing a better home environment and stability than you. It is what it is, Callie. To say you need to protect your son from him in the same breath as saying that you're signing your son over is mental.
his father will stop at nothing to destroy our bond. I can't protect him from that. I can't. I can't. Because it keeps happening. Because it keeps happening. Because my ex is insatiable with this, whatever this goal is. I can't protect my baby from that.
Yep, I was muted like an idiot. One sec.
Because it keeps happening. Because it keeps happening. Because my ex is insatiable with this, whatever this goal is.
No, what keeps happening is she keeps breaking the court's agreement for custody. She keeps messing up. She's not able to meet the bare minimum standards that the court expect. Yeah, it's shit being under a microscope when you're a parent. He's under one too. You should be able to be on time for your kid, because when they go to school and stuff, you can't be messing around like this.
I can't protect my baby from that. And I'm really tired of Eric trying to manufacture storms in my life when he even knows and sees how happy and well I'm doing now. And if the only way he can cause a stir or a storm or chaos or friction or conflict is through the child, I'm tapping out. Because I should have never laid up there and had your kid. Risking both my child and I's life on that table the way I did to bring him into this world you were never worth it. Because you don't seem to understand how to exchange that baby and shut up. You don't understand how to mitigate conflict. You don't understand how to not create shit for court's sake. And you say you don't want attorneys involved, but yet I know you keep the attorneys involved. If you really gave a fuck, you would have tried to mitigate this, and you've only escalated. And every way he can, he tries to escalate. Even when court's chill, he'll escalate with me in the app. It's a side fight. If it's nothing more than like Shirtgate or like fucking Hoodiegate or some fuck shit, it's always something. And I don't deserve to have any more storms in my life because of a very evil person who's just miserable. I don't deserve to have any more storms. The man is the definition of misery loves company. Yep. Yep. And I still don't know what his real problem is. I just know what the perceived issues are. But him being honest with me has never happened. And I can't trust him because look, he speaks double-sided. Even Mother's Day, when I rejected the fucking olive branch, he's like, Callie, the last thing I want to do is fight with you. Really? Because your behavior and all of this repetition says otherwise. And this is why I don't trust him. He has mental problems, I think. I mean, I don't really know. It's a combination. Thank you guys for the hearts. And thank you guys for the hugs. But I refuse to let this man. If anything, I mean, there's ways to find your birth parents. I mean, now we got Ancestry.com, and it's easier now to find your birth parent than it was in the past.
This line of thinking that she's doing, it's long term. She's legit gonna sign the kid over, or at least believe she's going to. You can see the conflict in her eyes, but like, she has a goal and it doesn't include her ex or her son.
That's if Puppy ever wants to find me. I'm here. I just can't deal with this anymore. This dynamic isn't even fair to my son, to be honest. It's just not. Why, if I can't be there for my child in peace, and the peace is always being disrupted by a man who's so miserable and hateful and spiteful, that disrupts the child's peace. That disrupts the child's regulation. That makes him a dysregulated child.
The child, she's disassociated with him already. She's made up her mind. She's not keeping a baby.
And I care enough about my baby to stop subjecting him to this bullshit. Something has to give, but my ex just cares more about power and control and reactions out of me and conflict. And I care about getting him to not constantly escalate and cause conflict. But do I really have control over that? Do I really have control over that? Even with court, because court will fade away. And whatever they decide with court, whatever the schedule will be with court, it won't always be relevant. But I trust and believe that this man will still be like this even after that case is closed. Which is why I will always involve my aunt and inform her of everything that's going on, even down to the decisions I'm making today. She already knows some things, but I've been at my wit's end for a long time. I'm tired of fighting over stupid shit when life is so goddamn short.
Fighting over stupid shit. This is just so that it's not stupid shit. It's the most important thing you'll possibly ever have to go through in your life.
And I'm not willing to suffer for the sake of the child. If I wanted to suffer for the sake of the child, I would have stayed with Eric. And I'm not willing to suffer for the sake of the child. If I wanted to suffer for the sake of the child, I would have stayed with Eric.
Mothers in here, how many of you are willing to suffer for the sake of your child? Exactly, reflection is key. This is it. She's so delusional. There's something clearly not right with her at the moment. Clearly.
But I would have been a lot more miserable, and y'all would not be hearing from me. Because remember, I ain't post over there like that. I couldn't go live like this with y'all over there. At least I was able to come back home to myself. But like how we be kicking it like this, like how we right back to how it was. And I'd probably be over there getting my ass beat. You know what I mean? I'm just keep it honest. I'm just keep it a buck. I'm just keep it 1,000. Or fucking having to deal with holes in the wall and fuck ass shit. Like, but I'm telling you, if I would have stayed with that man, y'all would not be seeing this version of me because I was already dying slowly while with him. To where it was affecting my pregnancy. I mean, it was affecting the life inside me to deal with him. I bled 6 times and it wasn't always fibroid related. Literally, I have the documentation from my pregnancy where it literally said stress. And then closer towards the end of my pregnancy, my blood pressure spiked a couple times. And that's when I started sleeping upstairs. I told you I stopped sleeping with him. I couldn't even be next to him like that. I didn't want to be around him. I can't. He's very unhealthy. And I was harming puppy then, y'all. Let's just go ahead and keep it a bug. This timeline, I guess, was always fucked, even with my child involved.
Yeah, she was harming puppy. She either did or at least claimed to take a mouthful of pills while was pregnant. She claimed it. Whether she did or not is a different story. But yeah. So that fits with what I've been told.
It's only unfortunate for my son. But mommy's willing to walk away and not participate anymore for the sake of some peace. She said, "No, G, if that was going down, I would have pulled up." I couldn't even talk to you. Like, when I would tell my friends stuff, I would have to text them. Like, or try to call when he was at work. Or put shit on my IG story or like my Snapchat. Like how I used to. Like, that's like, oh man, like, all them videos of them fights and shit, I would either put them on my Snap, and what I would do, because he was on my Snap, all you gotta do is just hide a person from viewing your Snap or whatever. Or post shit that he wouldn't even see. I did not have he's controlling and abusive. I mean, look at what he's doing even today. I had to tell my attorney that I can't not tell her if I'm running late. That's just dumb. Because if something were to happen to me and she's out in the dark about it or out of the loop about it, that puts her at risk of not being able to represent me well. And I know how he likes to fight, so I was like, bitch, if you want to start your shit, I already told her. So you telling your attorney all this, and then it would be a word. See, this is a problem, because ever since we switched the location, I have not been late. So if he wants to lie to his attorney or try to start a lie and say, oh, she's late all the time, all this, that's a lie. And I can literally prove it from all the times I've texted.
Since you switched locations, so that means before you switched location, you were being late. And Wednesday, you didn't turn up. Thursday, you got him because your ex accommodated that. And then Friday, you were late. So, like, going off your own words, it's showing the pattern.
But it's not about the best interest of the baby at all. So. But my aunt knows that I'm at my wit's end. And I'm tired of dealing with this man. And his, but my aunt to start a lie and say, oh, she's late all the time, all this. That's a lie. And I can literally prove it from all the times I've texted. But it's not about the best interest of the baby at all. So. But my aunt knows that I'm at my wit's end. And I'm tired of dealing with this man and his bullshit. And I love my son, but my son doesn't have the best anything because he's in this dynamic. And it won't change. So it won't change anything because he's in this dynamic. And it won't change. So I'm debating on deleting the post of Puppy and I and just watch. But my aunt knows that I'm at my wit's end. And I'm tired of dealing with this man and his bullshit. And I love my son, but my son doesn't have it.
I implore you to check, because I might be wrong, but I don't think she said I love my son without following it with a but. Not once. I really don't think she has. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think she has. Danny Jane. Oh, I miss you too, baby. I've missed you all. It's really nice. You've been, I was really like anxiety ridden about going live and stuff, but everyone's been brilliant. Thank you.
Doesn't have the best anything because he's in this dynamic. And it won't change. So I'm debating on deleting the post of Puppy and I and just washing my hands of the whole thing. And I won't mention him like that. We can all hope for change, but we need to be realistic. It's probably not going to happen because of how Eric is. He's never been a good person. He doesn't have the ability to be a good person. He's not able to understand. He's only interested in like trying to apply pressure when pressure is already there. And I don't need to deal with that. I don't. So. I appreciate y'all's love and support. And I appreciate y'all's understanding. Like, y'all are being very understanding even through this, which is crazy. But today was a day where, I mean, it didn't even really have to be today, but I told y'all I've been at my wit's end. It was only going to take maybe one or two more things. But today, because he wanted to escalate and then yell at me again and, like, in front of Puppy, he's going to keep doing this. I love my son. We are well bonded. He's well cared for. I try to give.
He's well cared for by who? By the ex who you insist on being medicated and he's ruining his life and he's your child shouldn't have been born because he has to put up with him. You know he's well cared for. You know he's loved. You know he's got a consistent, stable parent. That does make it easier to wash your hands of him, doesn't it?
But this is not right. It hasn't been right, and I don't think it will. Eric just wants power and control and to like try to hurt me or whatever. And it's like I'd rather just like be like Eric needs to find a new focus in life, and I don't know if he ever will. His focus should be our son, but as long as I'm participating in the dynamic, the focus will never be our son.
His focus is on his son. He works full time. He has his son all the rest of the time. He can't actually plan or do anything on the time you're meant to have his son because one, you might not turn up, and two, something crazy could happen and he needs to drop everything and be like you're off your tits.
Son. The focus will be fighting me and using our son as a weapon if I keep participating, which is sick. And he's been doing this since he was a baby. I'm going to take care of some things like I already have. We all know that this is really not about the traffic. We all know that this is not really about any of that. It's about my ex and him trying to fight, always. And I don't want to fight in front of my baby. I'm not even interested in fighting over my baby. I never signed up for this fight to begin with. I left, I got away. I was just trying to rebuild my life because I already knew I had to rebuild it. And my ex just wants to punish me for it because I moved on without him and I'm doing so much better. I was never doing this well with him. I didn't even look like this when I was with him. I look better. Like, just go to my older videos. I was so pretty. And yeah. Even in my pregnancy, I glowed, but I look good as fuck. I have not looked this well, like, ever. And yeah, I work on myself, but like I'm happy, like it shows. I'm in a healthier space. I have never looked like this. Oh, my ex, please. My face was like bloated. And that can happen from stress. And I didn't have that Callie confidence when I was with him. Like the bitch that I'm back to being now, it's like I evolved and I became a better version of myself. Yeah, I did this for me and I did it for Puppet. But yeah. I did a lot of work on myself to try to be the person that I am now. And one day my son will see that, but I don't know if it's going to have to be anytime soon. Because right now we have bigger problems. And that baby's older. And he's going to see and hear more and more of it. And he doesn't ever need to wonder, why is daddy yelling at mommy about attorneys in front of me?
Right now we've got bigger problems. What could be a bigger problem right now? Really? Your wedding? Fertility test strips. Fucking... Oh, yeah. It's getting harder to defend you in any kind of way.
Why is daddy yelling at mommy about a hoodie? Why is daddy yelling at mommy, period? Why is daddy always bad-mouthing mommy to me? Like, this is the type of person. Because when I have the kid, I don't talk about my ex. Like, this, like, once again, this type of fucking stream, my kid's not over here, dude. I don't have these type of talks in front of my kid. Because these type of talks are not supposed to be had in front of children. My heart breaks for my baby. People can say and think what they want about me. I don't really care. I never really care. My life is going to go on regardless. But, I'm done. And I'm gone. Like, dead ass. I'm going to make the little suggestions that I make. I don't really know how that's going to go, but I'm just done playing the game. And I can also say this. So he'll probably hit up drama channels and want my attention and shit again. I purposefully won't look or react because this is not about the drama channels. Even if they do choose to do their job and be messy and stir your tea, I'm not beefing with y'all. I already said that shit. Be messy and stir your tea if you want to, babes. But I won't participate yet again. Like, and even when I threw the bait out there, that was very intentional because I was like having suspicions and fucking like I clocked that shit. I'm like, bro, here we go. But now that's even more than confirmed. And now that I'm friends with Alex and she's told me all kinds of shit, like, bro, I'm so straight. But I know people are gonna like and all this, but it takes people.
Right, well, Alex has said to me she's not like proper friends with Callie again. She's talking to her and that, you know, she's doing her. She's allowed to do what she wants to do. I don't think Callie's giving her, Alex is giving her a load of tea though. Like, Callie tried to make out like she just recently found out her ex were talking to drama channels. We've been telling her. But yeah, I'd love to know all the kinds of stuff you've been telling her, Alex. She said that her ex was demanding you talk to him. That wasn't the case, was it, Alex? Both of you said you wanted to talk to each other, if I remember right. Well, why did Mummy leave me? Will be the only thing her son never asked. The boy will find out that Callie left him because she couldn't control his dad. Bingo, bongo.
To know my choices. So I love you guys. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for being sweet. I am going to be working on probably just taking things about my baby and stuff down. And I just won't mention him because, to be honest, I don't know when or if I'll ever see him again. And a part of that is by choice and a part of
I'm sad that I don't know if and when I'll see him again. He says it so nonchalantly. Now, I'm not going to be able to go through what she's said today on this stream. I'm tired. It's 11 p.m. and I'm old now. And I have a puppy who gets me up at 6 in the morning. But basically, she spent the whole stream today, like, panicking about her ex dropping criminal charges on her for what were it? Like, you know, messing around with parenting time criminally or whatever, yeah. It's such high stakes to get that charge. And what had happened is just next court hearing, it'd be brought up whether it's contempt or not. She'd probably get a warning, yeah. What I think may be happening is she nearly had a car crash. She was told to stop texting. She was saying she were irate. She was saying she were panicking and flapping. Endangerment of a child, and if they looked into her text messages and stuff, they'd know what she were doing. Danny Jean, go on, what are you saying? Go on, excuse me, girl, what? Tell me. I know I don't want to be gone for months again. There is lots to catch up with. All I said was I asked her, she said certain things about me to him. You know what I'm talking about to him. Like he had mentioned wanting to talk. Yeah. She said that he demanded he talk to you, which, nope, we both said that. And, right, he told me things. He said that she'd said things that she hasn't said online. Do you know? She wasn't online saying you're on drugs and stuff like that, was she? But he said that. And then how does he know that? Because she told him. Right, this is it, right? If Callie is serious about signing that child over to Eric, the baby's dad, sorry, he's gonna keep his cool and not mess that up. He doesn't want any shit. He wants his child safe and sound and stable. He's willing to take no money from her. He's willing to let her walk away. She won't do that with him. She went after the child support. Yeah, it is. Yeah, like today, she's worried about being. Basically, she's willing to sign over a kid so that he doesn't press criminal charges because she's saying, yeah, you know, if he wants to, that's just going to drag this out and he could have what he wants and all this lot. So, yeah. It's a lot and it's been triggering. I'm glad you've stuck it out with me. And I intend to try go live tomorrow and finish off today's happenings. In the meantime, if you want to go watch it, we can compare notes tomorrow. There's a lot of other fuck shit going on around these parts, isn't there? Might be able to address that another time, but at the minute, this needed covering. I've covered it. I hope she sticks to what she's saying here. It could be a dangling carrot to get him to not press charges for something that she's not letting us know. But I have talked to him and he said he's not commenting. He doesn't want to poke the bear. I know you wouldn't, but I am advising her to walk away from that child because she doesn't. She talks about aborting him and that, Alex. Like, come on. If you can let that leave your lips, you need to not be mothering that child. Thanks for being here, girl, here. Oh, thank you, Panda Pandu. I love you too, Alex. And on that bombshell, bitches, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
All wrong's about to go to jail. Gigi's house might go up for sale. Hussy's about to lose his benefits. Clara lifts her long skirt up to show her tits. Belinda Shutter kept making meth. No name stopped donating to Peanut's death. All of these folks are one of the same. It leads back to douche. She's the one to blame.